The views expressed on Talk Real Solutions, hosted by Tyrone Thompson at talkrealsolutions.com, are the views of Tyrone Thompson and do not reflect the views of talkrealsolutions.com, YouTube, or etc. The content here belongs to Talk Real Solutions and its many contributors. Views and opinions expressed by all contributors belong to them and not talkrealsolutions.com or Tyrone Thompson, the host, or etc. All data and information provided on the site is for informational purposes only. Talk Real Solutions makes no representations as to accuracy, completeness, correctness, suitability, or validity of any information on this site and will not be liable for any errors, omissions, or delays in this information or any losses, injuries, or damages arising from its display or use. All information is provided on an as-is basis.
All right. Welcome to the show. This is Talk Real Solutions, and I am your host, Tyrone Thompson. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Today is July the 18th, 2024. If you want to join the conversation, you can give us a call at 1-717-908-1834 and hit the access code at 917-324, and I will open your line and we can have a conversation. I just ask that you be respectful and try to allow other people on the line to talk. Don't get in your feelings and start cutting people off and all that kind of stuff. And just, listen to the opposing side or the other opinion and politely give yours as a rebuttal. But it's an interesting week. We all know what the news is. President Trump almost met his maker. Lil Don Don out there working on his street cred. And there was an attempt on his life, it seemed like. But I got my own theories, and at the risk of not trying to put out information, I'm going to have to put it in that format. Is this my own theories? Is my own opinions when it comes to what happened to Donald John Trump? And we'll get around to that. But I guess y'all know the news that they're having the RNC convention this week, and Joe Biden is still old. And right before he was getting ready to do the convention, before the convention, somebody tried to take a shot at him, and they missed him. Damn it, they missed him, and it looked like parts of the teleprompter glass, scraped his face or whatever and hit him on the ear. And he did a Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield, and with that guy's name who bit Mike Tyson's ear off, he walking around here like Mike Tyson now. So that's what happened to Donald Trump. And this country is confused about how to respond. This country is clearly confused about how to respond to what happened at that rally. And the reason that the country is confused is because under normal circumstances involving normal politicians, involving people who are not racist and extremists, this country would unite behind a feeling of empathy and sorrow for the individual victim. That's a normal thing that humanity does, but this country does that. When something tragic happens, we all circle the wagon and we all feel sorry for the victims and all that kind of stuff, right? But that ain't quite happening around Donald Trump's event. In part because he's not allowing it. Him and his campaign is not allowing the country to show sympathy. Him and his campaign immediately started monetizing it, exploiting it, blaming the other side. What's up, East Coast? And went right back to the normal routine of divisiveness and pitting this country against one another. So the country is confused about how to respond to this. Well, I'm not, because I mean, to me, Donald Trump is still the same person that he was before this guy did whatever he did, and it doesn't change my feelings towards him one bit. It just doesn't. He's still the same racist. He's still the same person that is trying to get rid of the Constitution and become a dictator. That's still the same person. Um, so I see where the country is divided at, but I mean I don't get it. I mean, this man, everything that this man gets and his response, he bring it on himself. The Republicans bring it on themselves. I am a grown ass man, and you just not going to treat me a certain way as an American citizen and expect me to bend over backwards. Those days are gone. You know, I always like to kind of refer back to in history to when we was in bondage, but that those days are gone when you had to hold your head down and agree with whatever your owner said you had to agree with. Those days are past, and people act like we supposed to just forget about all the crazy, hateful, evil things that Donald Trump represents, stand for, and is today. It was just the day before when he was being just as fucking evil. And then soon as this incident happened, he's back to being evil. Yeah, we know that there was somebody who was on a building and took a shot at him. But that doesn't change my opinion about this man. But the media has gone crazy with wanting to force the country to feel sorry for this racist piece of shit. I can't do it. I can't do it. And if you doing it, you probably need to take a look at yourself, because this is the same guy. If you change your mind about Donald Trump after this, I don't even want to call it an assassination attempt because of what I'm thinking. But after this thing that happened at his rally, then you need to look at yourself, because it shouldn't have changed your mind. It should not have changed your mind. And like I said, I'm gonna touch on some conspiracies of mine, but I'm not saying that this is what it is or what it was or whatever, because if you look at the shooter, he don't fall in line with what we know of as what an assassin would be. or people who commit these types of acts. There's something off about the shooter. People can say whatever they want, but whenever you had the Dylan Roofs and the Timothy McVeighs and the school shooters, whenever you had the shooter in what was it, Buffalo, New York, whenever you have these shooters, there's a certain thing about those shooters that this one did not have. You know, and it goes along the line of intellect. You know, these people that commit these crimes, and I ain't trying to give them no credit, but it's well thought out. There's a manifesto. There's a reason behind why people decide to commit these acts in public, especially if it's a political act. Now, I'm not saying that that's a norm, and I'm not saying everybody does it, but there's been a trend that whenever you find these mass shooters, the next thing that you look for is the manifesto or a trail of logic or reasoning by why that person took that action. And here we are a couple of days after this event, and I don't know. It ain't that he was smart enough to not leave no trail from looking at the guy and finding out a little bit about him. What's up, MJ? It ain't that he was smart enough not to leave no trail. I mean, as a matter of fact, that guy looked slow. He looked like man, I don't want to pick on people with mental illnesses because, you know, it was easy for me to do it back in the day. You know, I used to call you the R word in a minute and be gone about my business. But this guy looked like he was mentally challenged. You know, I saw him walking across the stage in his graduation. I seen a little clip of that. And just to look at the guy, there's something that was off about that guy. And if you're going to do something like shoot an individual, I mean, he wasn't that far away from. I'm not wishing Donald Trump would have got killed. So let me just say that up front. I don't wish he would have died. I don't. But if you're a marksman or you know how to shoot weapons and all that kind of stuff, you know that whatever it was, 150 meters or feet or whatever he was away, that wasn't far not to hit a target. It just wasn't. So there was something off about this guy, and there was something off about the whole situation. I know a lot of people said that it wasn't real and it was a fox, whatever. No, something happened. I have to say that. Donald Trump, you know, got his ear, Mike Tyson. So I mean, he had to walk around like, you know, Mike, you know, like Evander Holyfield for a little while, I guess, with a piece of ear or whatever. I guess they're gonna be selling that next, the Donald Trump fucking earlobe on Truth Social. Because right after the shooting, they literally started selling sneakers, assassination sneakers, right after the shooting. And it's weird to me. I got it on the screen there. It's weird to me that the media is talking about everybody needs to tone down and all of this kind of stuff. And if you look at it, that he put his fucking picture on a goddamn shoe with his fist up with the words fight, fight, fight on the shoe immediately after somebody tried to take his life. Now, I don't know if Donald Trump is selling these shoes himself, but I do know it was posted on Truth Social. And they're selling pictures of that illegal flag on there. Yeah. I don't even want to go off on that. But I just want to say that, you know, every time you see the flag displayed wrong, they breaking the law. I mean, I went over that here on the show before, but you know, nobody gives a shit about the fucking flag code, I guess. But every time you see it displayed wrong, it's just getting that's not right. And as you can see on this sneaker with 5 stars, I don't know what the fuck that means, but it's not the American flag. What it's supposed to represent. But here he is, right after he gets shot, starts selling shoes. And Fox News and every Republican, including that crazy ass white woman, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is blaming Democrats for what happened to President Trump, to Donald Trump. I don't know where the fuck I'm living at these days, but I promise you, I've had conversation on this fucking goddamn airway about how dangerous their rhetoric is, about how there's access to too many fucking guns in this goddamn country, how people that's not 100% mentally there is able to just walk in and buy a weapon of war. And the people that is the Republican base don't have the intellect to be teased with violence. They just don't. Some people you just can't say some shit to. You just can't say fight to a goddamn buck-tooth, broke-tooth, redneck that's sleeping with his goddamn cousin. You can't tell that motherfucker to go out there and fight a Democrat because he's going to go find him a goddamn Democrat after he get out of bed with his cousin, and he's going to go try to do something to that damn Democrat. Some people you just can't tease with violence. Now, this guy that shot Donald Trump, or shot at Donald Trump, well, Lil Don Don was trying to get his street career. He was a Republican. Now go figure that. He was a Republican. He was a registered Republican. And when they talked to the neighbors around his house, they said that, you know, their family commonly flew Trump banners in their yard and all of this. And they talked to the guy, high school classmates. They said that he stood on him being a conservative and all of this kind of stuff. So he was a Republican. But immediately after the shooting, Marjorie Taylor dumbass and other politicians, the first thing they want to say is that the Democrats tried to assassinate Donald Trump. The Democrats ain't about to do shit. I'm going to tell you now, I'm one. The Democrats ain't about to do shit. No violence, they ain't about to do no shit. I'm telling you, that is not going to, we would rather use the system, patiently wait for change to happen compared to going out there picking up a goddamn gun and shoot somebody. That's not going to happen. So no, that's not going to happen. The only thing that I can think of that a Democrat did violently was that Steve Scalise shooting when they was having the congressional baseball game away, and that motherfucker couldn't shoot. So the Democrats ain't finna do shit like this. This is not going to happen. Now, I know I'm making a bold statement there, but I mean, goddamn. But what you're looking at is the results of them not giving a shit about children getting blown up in fucking schools. After every mass shooting in this goddamn country, these people not doing anything about these weapons on our streets. These people allowing crazy people to get a hold of weapons in this country. Them people misinterpreting and rewriting the fucking Second Amendment of the Constitution, giving more and more access to all these goddamn guns in this country. That's what you're watching. You're watching the results of years and years of political anger coming from the right getting pumped into crazy people's head, getting pumped up by Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, Fox News, getting pumped up by Donald Trump himself. You're looking at the results of when these extremist radical motherfuckers actually went to the Capitol and tried to overturn it. You're looking at people deny that happened. That's what this is the results of. You're looking at these people actually just lying about the election. You got Sarge out there with fucking binoculars. You got Sarge out there with binoculars watching people on the damn drop box. This is the results of what the fuck it is. You got fucking ABC taking horse pills. This is that's what happened to Donald Trump. Is this rhetoric lying about the coronavirus? This rhetoric culminated into some fool that has the IQ of Sarge and ABC combined, got hold of a fucking gun, and shot at Donald Trump. This didn't have shit to do with the damn Democrats, but everything to do with all the years and years and decades of rhetoric that's coming from white racist America. That's what you're looking at. Didn't have shit to do with the Democrats. But the first thing they want to do is blame the Democrats. Whatever, ABC. You know that I'm telling the damn truth. You guys are super goddamn stupid. You're super goddamn slow. And I believe your ass be angry enough to pick up a weapon and walk out here some goddamn times and do something to somebody. You should hear yourself on the fucking phone talking about the medical industry when it came to coronavirus, something you have no idea on what the fuck you're talking about. You just get so angry. You should hear yourself when you're talking about homosexuals. And you should listen to Sarge whenever he just says anything political. You guys are so fucking angry. Y'all are so fucking angry for nothing. I don't even see how the fuck y'all fall asleep at night. You're so damn angry. But moving on, that happened. Donald Trump trying to earn his street cred, you know, and he started selling sneakers, you know, right after goddamn shooting. Now, and they wanting Democrats to bend over backwards and somehow or another recognize that this bad thing happened to Donald Trump, right? And I think they even fired one lady that made some type of shy remark that that the shooter missed. I wonder who that was. Who got fired? I'm asking the Google. She was working in the government. It didn't pull it up right away, so I'm not gonna dig down into it. But they fired that lady because she said that either he missed or something like he missed or whatever. And she's working pretty high up in the government, and they got rid of her. The Democrats got rid of her. You know how they do. But I want you to contrast and compare what we heard, even here on this fucking line, when we saw on police body cam one of Trump's goddamn people with a battery in his back cut loose and show up at Nancy Pelosi's house. We watched that man break into that man's house, beat down the back door, and hold that man's hostage. And then the police showed up, and on camera, we watched Nancy Pelosi's husband get attacked with a hammer. Do you know what Sarge said about that attack? Do you know what Fox News and Tucker Carlson was saying about that attack? Do you know what Donald Trump children was saying about that attack? There won't no goddamn sympathy. As a matter of fact, it was a joke. This man damn near lost his life, and the entire Republican Party made a joke of this guy almost dying because he was a Democrat. Now, what I'm going to show you now is Donald Trump Jr. what he posted right after Nancy Pelosi's husband got attacked. He posted these, where is it at? This tweet right here. Where he said, he posted a hammer and some underwear because the attacker showed up at Paul Pelosi's house while he was going to sleep or whatever in his pajamas or whatever. But Donald Trump Jr., the ex-president's son, almost immediately after the attack, posted a hammer and some underwear on the internet and said, I got my Paul Pelosi's Halloween costume ready. Look at you see all the smiley faces in the response and all this kind of bullshit. And even stupid ass ABC is in the chat room right now saying that Paul Pelosi invited somebody in his house to murder him. You see how stupid you is? I mean, you can't win with these people, and that's why that guy wound up on the goddamn building with Donald Trump in the crosshairs, because they fucking crazy. They drove their whole fucking party crazy. This is the guy that attacked Paul Pelosi. Even he had somewhat of a manifesto whenever he did his damn attack. But this new guy, I don't know. He's a little, there's something a little wrong. Listen, and I ain't talking about, like I said, I'm not talking about nobody's intellect or none of it, but there's something wrong with that boy right there. That there's something wrong with him mentally. Somebody, and I don't want to sound, see how you see how the forehead is shaped, and then the thick eyebrows, and the separation between the eyes. See, this is the thing that you pay attention to, and I'm guarantee you ABC looks similar to this. These are the things that you pay attention to whenever somebody is not all there. Now, I'm not saying that that's the way people with mental problems look all the time, but something is not right about this fucking idiot here. One of his big mistakes is he was a goddamn Republican. MAGA. You got MAGA shooting MAGA. That's what you got. And I see East Coast with Hulk Hogan on stage. Hulk Hogan is a fucking racist too. Hulk Hogan is a goddamn racist. So, yeah, there's something. Okay, let me just go into my conspiracy right quick. Maybe this is the time of the show where YouTube won't pay attention to what I'm saying. Listen, I think that somebody wanted Donald Trump to come up in the polls, and I think somebody wanted him to get popular right quick, and I think somebody, if I say plan this shooting, then that'll be in the conspiracies and all this kind of stuff. But I think something was coordinated along the way to where they talked to this slow ass dude, and because who the fuck would have go to a goddamn presidential rally with all the goddamn police and the Secret Service there and commit something? Who the fuck would do that? Who would do that? You would have to have a half a goddamn brain in your motherfucking head to show up in that type of environment and pull this off and expect to live. Well, maybe he didn't expect to live. I don't know. But somebody, to benefit Trump, see, I'm going down that road, but somebody told this slow motherfucker who and how and what to do and how to get away, and he was so stupid that he did it. They knew that Donald Trump was not going to get hurt. And this fool did it. That's just my conspiracy. There is no fact to what I just said. There is no proof in what I just said. I'm just spitballing. I just made all of that up. Okay? There's nothing to confirm what I just said. But it looks mighty strange to me to have this individual that looks slow all of a sudden come up with this scheme to do what he did, and then Donald Trump rise in popularity afterwards. That just looks weird to me. And the reason that it's weird to me, because Donald Trump know that he's facing conviction counts of felonies. He's already been held liable for raping someone. Donald Trump in New York has all of those fucking financial problems, charges. In Florida, he has the secret document shit going against him. This guy is a treasonous piece of shit. And he needed something to come and lift the veil of all of those news cycles of him being goddamn corrupt, crooked, and who the fuck he really is. Now, that's just, like I said, I have no proof behind it. What I just said. Y'all know me. I can conspiracy too. And that's exactly what that was. But something ain't right about this shooting. And years down the road, we're probably going to find out more information. Because if it's one thing the Republicans cannot do, it's hold shit and keep shit secret. They can't do that. We find out about every motherfucking thing eventually. The false claims of the election, every fucking goddamn lie that was being told about the election has been proven wrong in courts and with evidence. And they don't fucking backtrack or show any humility whatsoever. But everything that they said about the election is fucking wrong. When it comes to COVID, everything that people was claiming on the conspiracy side has been proven false. We still don't see Bill Gates trying to control the world's population that ABC was so afraid of. When the fuck is that happening? Everything that you guys believe in is wrong. Sarge is got a barrier in his back when it comes to the migration into this country, which is a problem, but it's not like they're saying it is, where they're coming over the border, murdering people and raping people and all of this kind of bullshit. That is a lie. Everything that they fucking say is wrong. So the narrative that's going to be formed around this shooter, Jesse Waters started working on it the other night because he led his show. I only seen a 3-second clip because I can't watch that son of a bitch. He led his show with Don't worry about this guy's political affiliation. What? That's all the fuck you do is talk about political affiliation, and all of a sudden somebody who shoots at Donald Trump, you don't give a shit about how he voted? So they're trying to create a narrative to benefit them. They can't say he was a Democrat, so they got to come up with some bullshit. I'm already hearing that he was a lone wolf. That's the characteristic that they give white fucking violent people in this goddamn country. And y'all know me. I told you it's in these people's blood. It's in these people's blood to be this way. They came onto this planet destroying shit. Killing all the fucking woolly mammoths. Killing all the buffalo. Tearing down shit. And then when they invented gunpowder, they started blowing up shit. White people on this planet set off the first nuclear goddamn weapon in Hiroshima. And not, what is it, Nagasaki or whatever, they just violent. These are the most violent motherfucking people on the planet. And then you hear Sarge or ABC come in here and use somebody like George Floyd or Trayvon Martin and say, look at the violence in the black community. They didn't blow up no whole fucking country. They don't have weapons that with tanks and planes and bombs, just killing masses of people. Look at what's going on over there in fucking Israel right now. They're just killing motherfuckers. In Ukraine, they're just killing motherfuckers because they can kill people. They're dying, they're killing people, and this is in their fucking DNA. This is what they do. And then you see this son of a bitch, he knows how to capitalize off of all of this destruction and murder that they're used to. He got a fucking sneaker, a literal tennis shoe, because he got shot. This is what the fuck they do. ABC just asked a real question, so I will entertain his question. He says, Tyrone, why are NBC and the media calling for Joe Biden, CNN and MSNBC calling for Joe Biden to quit? Well, I'm telling you, ABC, and you probably don't want to hear my answer, but MSNBC, the head of MSNBC and CNN are Trump supporters. That's part of the reason. So what that means to this conversation is that the anchors and the hosts have a limit on what they can say against Donald Trump. But it's no hold bars on the Democrats. So when you look at the owners of these companies, being Republicans, the top 1%, they have to control the goddamn narrative about what is being said. So in order for them to support Donald Trump, they have to jump on this train about Joe Biden being too old. And I don't know. I mean, it's just the stupidest thing to me. Even if that motherfucker was walking around on a cane, I'm telling you, that he should stay in the goddamn race. Unless they find a replacement for him, right? But there is no need in the media or somebody like me calling for him to be replaced, because when it's all said and done, Joe Biden is going to be the one that says, I'm throwing in the towel now. So until that happens, until Joe Biden say I'm throwing in the towel now, you're not going to hear me calling for him to get out the race, because Donald Trump won't have nobody to run against. That's stupid. That is the dumbest thing that I've ever seen these people do. There's no need for them calling for Donald Trump to get out of the race, if for Joe Biden to get out of the race, if Joe Biden ain't saying that he gonna get out of his race. Now we can have opinions about how slow Joe is and all of this kind of stuff, but at the same time, you're gonna have to support his candidacy. You're gonna have to, because that's the other side. You cannot not support Joe Biden whenever you see Donald Trump, somebody who's promoting something like Project 2025, somebody that has KKK rallies and turning this country back with divisive rhetoric, racism, and just not giving a shit about the Constitution. This man has actually demolished another one of the institutions that was held up to a high standard in this country, and that's the Supreme Court. This man has tore the goddamn Supreme Court to fucking hell. He actually instated people into the Supreme Court to do something that has not been done in this country, which is alter the fucking Constitution. The Supreme Court, with their rulings, are changing the way the Constitution is supposed to be interpreted. This is Donald Trump's fault. So yeah, MSNBC and CNN and ABC or whoever fucking saying that Joe Biden is too old. Donald Trump got shot, and he's a felon. He need to be out of the goddamn race. He need to be out there with Pookie them, getting shot at in the street, dodging bullets and shit. And listen, I've heard Donald Trump Jr. say that because Donald Trump got shot, that somehow or another this is going to appeal to black people. That is the same shit that they were saying about the damn sneakers. And I see you guys on the line, so I'm going to open you guys' line. I'm going to shut up here in a second. That is the same thing that they were saying to whoever that was, push your one again, because somehow or another I put you on mute. So it was somebody that pushed one. But that's the same thing that they were saying about the damn sneakers, that Donald Trump got shot, so black people should be sympathetic toward him, because who the fuck is they supposed to be damn talking to? And why the hell ain't there much more of an uproar about these people making these comments towards the black community? Yeah, I believe the black community has given up fighting to be respected, because it doesn't matter how of degrading shit that they say to us, nobody really pushes back anymore. The Congressional Black Caucus, whatever the fuck that is, you guys are in politics. That you are in the position to push back against all of this goddamn racist rhetoric. You are in the position to push back against all of these KKK meetings, these KKK rallies that Donald Trump be having. The Congressional Black Caucus, somebody put y'all asses up there to represent our community. We can say that because it's in their fucking name. They're the Congressional Black Caucus. So you need to be legislating and promoting rhetoric in our interests as the black community. But we don't hear shit when all this racism coming out from fucking Washington, from the Black Caucus. We don't hear shit from our black politicians pushing back. You know, you hear a little pushback from a couple of people. We hear Hakeem Jeffries push back against fucking Jamal Bowman. We heard that, and you hear a little bit, but they've got the power to message, to counter message whatever the fuck these racist ass people are saying in this goddamn country, and making an agenda to stomp this shit out. But they're not doing that. So I guess we've been satisfied, or we stopped fighting back with all this racist rhetoric. Everybody at that RNC is either a fucking goddamn criminal, a racist, or part of both of them. And I want y'all to recognize that Donald Trump's prior cabinet, Mike Pence, George Bush, and all of these other, Colin Powell, if he's still living, I don't know if he's still living or not, but all these other Republicans are not at that RNC. Because this party has become so extreme that the Republicans don't want shit to do with them. You know, I'm going to stop talking now because you keep dropping off. Who is this? Oh, can you hear me? Oh,
Tyrone.
okay, I can hear you, Elisa. All right, well, I don't
Yeah.
know. Let me see who this line is. Keep dropping. Who is this right
Okay.
here? Okay, Antoinette, you there? Okay, well, I don't know. I guess you don't want talking. Go ahead, Elisa. What's up?
Oh, nothing. It's just the same old, same old. Uh, we all just here just watching the circus. That's basically because
Yeah.
that incident that happened with Donald Trump. What was that, last weekend or whenever that was? That incident. I don't know what that was, but
Well, let me say this right here, and I'm not saying that you take
mhm,
credit for anything, but last week, I believe you was talking about the CIA and all this kind of stuff that was, that's
mhm.
possible, and you look at what happened. It's crazy,
I
ain't it?
don't. Yeah, it's crazy, but if I had to guess, I would say that's probably because the alphabet boys. If they wanted you gone, you gone. Um, that thing just looked so crazy
Yeah.
that it just looked extra crazy. And then the craziest part, the Secret Service is supposed to jump on and cover like a human shield. People are shooting, and Donald Trump looking for his shoes. And then he pop up and throw up the fight the power fist. What? What if people are still shooting? And you just break out, like, wait a minute, and put your whole head and chest out. Fight, fight, fight. Somebody
Yep.
still could be shooting. Somebody still could be shooting. That whole thing looked, that whole incident, that's what I'm going to call it. It just didn't look right. And I despise conspiracy theories. I just do. But that none of that looks right.
It didn't look
But
right.
one thing, it
It,
did look right. But like people are saying, how was that young man able to walk around with that type of gun? You know, in Pennsylvania, they're open carry state. And whatever, what kind of a gun was it? It was silver. What kind of gun was that, Tyrone? AR-15 to whatever kind. I know they've been trying to
yeah,
get
it was
that
an AR-15.
that particular trying to get them guns banned. But see, in certain areas, you can't walk around with nothing like that in Maryland because the police gonna shoot you. But in Pennsylvania, you can walk around with that type of firearm, like it's normal. But the whole thing just looked, it just didn't look right. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, I think we probably will find out at some point. Maybe not now, but it might come. It might come to light, whatever that was. But whatever it was, I would say it's probably more so inside, not outside. Uh, so I would say it's probably more inside. But I don't know. The whole thing just didn't look right. None of it looked right. Uh, I don't know what to think. But as a matter of fact, some of the polls, I've been keeping up with the polls and things like that. Donald Trump he didn't get as big a boost from that as I think they were thinking. It depends on the polls that you read and what news sources and things that you get from. He didn't get such a big a boost from that as a lot of people thought that he might have gotten. But right now we're just in a crate. I'm so sick of this. This is this. Oh my God, special report. Oh my God, this is historic type stuff. I'm sick of all this historic stuff. I really am. I'm just sick of this historic stuff. I
They
mean, you
want you to
have
feel
one
sorry for
part.
Donald Trump. I can't feel sorry for Donald Trump, especially like when I was saying earlier, the way they treated Nancy Pelosi husband after that man almost got killed. Them people were laughing at that man.
No, no, I don't feel sorry for him. Whatever that was, that's what that was. Hopefully it comes out in the light one day at some point. But feel sorry, no, because I remember I like when that happened. Uh, my phone, we was like, oh, I was doing something else. They said, oh my God, uh, somebody shot Donald Trump. My first thing was, is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? And they was like, no, he got up. Let me get off that because I know you do. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying that was my response. It was like, oh my God, they just shot Donald Trump. I was on first like, oh really? Oh, because I was doing something. Oh my God, is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? I wasn't the only one who shouted that. But I will say I'm glad that it didn't go out that way.
Right,
And
right.
for them, but for the thing, well, let me take that back. I'm gonna get off that. Because see, I don't want to come off as a liar. So I take that back. That but I did say, is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? But I'm glad it didn't go down. I'm not gonna just sit up and lie like that. But like they're trying to change the narrative that guy was Republican. Because when I first heard it, I was like, oh my God, please don't be nobody black. Please don't be no Muslim. You see what I'm saying? I'm serious. I was just like, please don't let it be that. Nobody black, no Muslim, no nothing like that. And when they said that he was a Republican, yes, he was. They could try to change the narrative. Like the neighbors and stuff said that some people used to have Trump signs out in the yard. He was a Republican. Who knows? Whatever that was, which it doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. And I'm glad that a lot of people, that the consensus is that it didn't look right. It just didn't look right. That's all I have to say on that. I don't want to speak on that no more because it didn't look right. I do despise conspiracy theories, but
Yeah,
this
there was
is
something.
one
There's something
that
going on there. We ain't gonna find out. We ain't gonna find out for a while what actually went on.
we'll fight off a while. But something that does not look right. So that's all I'm going to say. That incident does not look right. Do I feel sorry for him? Hell no. When you have a violent mouth, you're running a violent campaign, and everything is violence. Well, that stuff will boomerang back on you. So I'm sick of this. That everybody needs to tone it down. The violence has been coming from that side. It always has. Let's not fool anybody. The violence is, and the first thing he said is fight. Fight who? Who? Who are you fighting? Who's fighting you? Who are you fighting? So I mean, all of the violence is all over on that side. It's just crazy. He has a violent mouth, a violent campaign. The Republicans has turned into a deplorable party of violence. And like you said, like the old time Republicans, no, the Bushes is not going to be there. No, what's the one who ran against Obama? I'm sure he's not
Mitch.
there.
What was his name? Mitch something. What was it? Romney. Mitt Romney.
Mitt Romney. So he's not there. Other types of Republicans and stuff. That party has turned into the party of violence, the party of depravity. And they're trying to turn the dial back on this country. So they should not just turn it back, turn it all the way back.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
They don't care. And the fact that any black person, a black MAGA is one of the most nonsensical, along with an LGBTQ plus IA MAGA and a Muslim MAGA. Those are extreme. That is just so nonsensical. To be that, it's absolutely ridiculous. But Tyrone, that's
Yeah, and let me let y'all know. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and as far as Biden pulling out from the race, I do think that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do, because I remember when we first had discussed it, I was saying that could be a strategy. But if he didn't, and if he said he was going to stay, they could wheel him up there on a gurney. That's the side that I'm worried because it has something to do with Biden. It's not about Biden. My vote was never about Biden because I never wanted Joe Biden. It's not about him. But I do think that we're nearing now that I do think he's going to pass the torch.
Mhm.
I do think. I
Well,
think
well,
so now. And I think it's going to be in the next couple of days. What?
the reason I'm saying it is because Jamie Harris was on some news show the other night when I was driving down the road, and
Mhm.
he was talking to Rachel Maddow on a panel of MSNBC that was talking about replacing Joe Biden, and he was speaking from
Mhm.
the perspective of there are a lot of good candidates out there on the Democrat side, but
There are
until Joe Biden say that he's going to drop out, then Jamie Harris and the
exactly.
DNC ain't going to say, ain't going to be out there because now you got to fight against two messages. You got to fight against
Yeah.
him being old. You got to fight against him being dropping out, and then now you got to fight against Trump. You got to fight against all these things that people are saying about Joe Biden. So I think me personally, I think that there should be a better candidate. But
I do.
at this point in the race, until Joe Biden say that that's what he's going to do, then that's
Well, it is what it is, and I think we're on the same page.
mm-hmm.
When he said that he was going to seek re-election, we had did a show back when that all that went on. I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
I did not want him to. I think any of us did wanted him to seek re-election. So here we are now, and the Democratic Party. And again, I'm not a Democrat, but we really, as far as two viable choices, it ain't but two viable choices. I don't want to hear about Jill Stein and all these other people, but it's only two. It's only one viable choice, and we got to vote for the one by. We got to vote for that choice to slow down what the deplorable party or what the Republicans is trying to gut our government and turn it into what they want it to be. And it's all these rich donors and things like that. And then you ask a question about, as far as people talk about CNN, all of the major news networks, all of their top people, they all donate to Trump campaign.
Yep.
So the people who's working under them on the television, they, in a sense, they only but so much they can say, do, or not do. So that is what it is. So that's why it looks like the media, the regular media, is compromised. It is very compromised. That's what's so crazy. This is so reminiscent of a particular country in Europe in the 1930s up to 1945, 44, 45. The media being compromised, how it was in a particular country. Everything just looked crazy. And then you have like this type. This is so reminiscent of that particular European country. What we're seeing here now, and we're about to kick this. The United States is about to fall over a cliff. But
Well,
yeah, we're about to fall over a cliff.
Antoinette, I'm gonna get to you in a second, and whoever keep calling and dropping off, I don't know why. Let me open your line right now, and whoever this is, who is this?
Hello?
Who is
Maze.
that? Oh, it's Maze. Okay, Maze.
Oh, hi, Maze.
Let me say this right here.
Maze.
I want to let y'all know
Hello.
that Sarge called me immediately after the shooting. He had fucking crocodile tears. He was crying.
Really?
And he was just mad as hell that somebody shot Donald Trump's teleprompter because they didn't shoot him. He was just mad, and I told Sarge, I said, Sarge, if anything, and this is what I said, Sarge, I ain't saying that this is the case. I said, if Sarge anything, he fucking set that shit up himself, and that really sent him off the deep. That sent him off the deep.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, he went off on the show too. He was on the show screaming, hollering at Miss that.
All right.
The same night.
Let me get Miss Antoinette, and then I get Maze. Go ahead, Maze. Antoinette.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, and yourself?
All right.
Good. If you listen to the last sentence that Donald Trump made, those last 4 words, and then you heard pop, 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 pop.
Mm-hmm.
You heard 4 pops, and that was after his sentence, his last sentence, and those last 4 words. And I think that right there should answer everybody's question. Now, also, it came out on the news today that the guy was also scoping out Biden, so he was planning on getting Biden too. So, and you say that he was a Republican, and to me, if he was a Republican, could he just be one of those Republicans? Even though he's young, he was only 20, but listening to his parents talk about the way how the Republicans used to be before Trump became involved. Because remember, Trump said before he ran that if he was to run for president, he would run as a Republican because they were dumb or stupid, whichever one. And you notice now that the Republicans today are not the Republicans of old.
No, you're absolutely correct. They're not the Republicans of old. They're not, half of them not even politicians. They're just spewing hate, and they're spewing violence, and the whole thing is just. I want to go back to the '90s, but May, you go ahead.
And when can I say this, and then I'm done, honestly. But if you notice that this year or in the last 2 years, we've seen more political killings or attempted killings than I think we've ever seen. And I'm done now. Thank you.
Okay.
That's true.
What's up? What's up, Maze?
Oh, I wanted to tell you about something that the news media is not focusing on. Last week, they had the Klan and the Chicago white supremacists down in Florida marching with their flags and stuff. So in Monday, they was in Tennessee doing the same thing. So everybody was watching Trump fist, but they didn't watch the Nazi salute that he did before he went down them steps. They didn't catch that one. ADD, you can just have all kind of squawking you want to. I don't care. But anyway, and so if that would have been an RF-15, my friend said his ear would have been blown, his head would have been blown off, and then somebody said the glass from the podium when he ducked down. And how many people you ever seen that come when somebody shoot? That they weren't trying to get out of there. Everybody standing up, clapping and moving, And I said, like, this seemed like, and the guy they were saying that the man that died trying to cover his family. Then they said that they didn't know who the person was that died, that they had to get in contact with the family. So if he was covering his family, the one that supposedly got his head shot off, when his wife there, couldn't she have told who he was? So this story gets longer, and this light gets longer and longer and longer. And why was Trump so his ear was more important than him getting in the car. When he got in the car, he stepped up instead of bending over getting in the car. I'm like, oh, he wanted to show his ear off. And so I was looking at a thing the day they said Melania was at the convention. I said, well, he don't have that little white piece of tape on his ear. And then the doctor's report, nobody's seen it yet, whether it was a bullet or some glass. So, and that's what, you have to watch this media. And then Joe Biden said he was not going anywhere. They're trying to push Joe to go somewhere. You know what they did to Jimmy Carter? That's what they're trying to do to Biden.
Yeah. And that's what I got from Jamie. That's what I got from Jamie Harris when he was talking. Is like, okay, so this talk of Biden quitting is overwhelming now, and it's coming from everywhere. But the candidate ain't said it.
It's not coming from everywhere. It's just the media and those people with the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, like, and they come about down ballot. If the down ballot people are too stupid to know that down ballot they more important than the people, it's the people that got to vote for him, not the people that's screaming and hollering. And then you're talking about Nancy and all these people. Why they won't come out and let us hear it out of their mouth? You already got to hear it through somebody's writing. They are that big of cowards that they can't come out and speak. Because Nancy
Mace, excuse me, they said Obama's supposed to be coming out against.
They saying everybody. They saying everybody's supposed to be coming. Just like the man in Philly, he said, but Biden was with him and he was sick, and Biden stood beside his side. He was standing with him too. I don't care what this media got to say and all this. They saying who coming out. He got some money to make up his mind. He told them he was not going anywhere. And then when you would hear them saying that he said he might not make it all the way through 4 years.
Well,
That's their problem too.
it reminds me of the same time when Trump first came onto the stage, right? Everybody knew Trump was disqualified. He wasn't qualified to be president, but the media kept giving him positive coverage. They kept
Yes.
they never talked about the negative things like him being him going to court for raping a 13-year-old. They never brought that up, and they always gave him positive coverage, and that's how he got into the White House because nobody talked about the bad stuff that Trump does. And then once he got in the
But
White
Tyrone,
House, we found out all the bad stuff that he does.
yeah.
And here we are
But Tyrone, when
again, and they ain't even bringing up none of the bad stuff Trump doing.
and when Hillary was running, they said she was sick, didn't they? They said something wrong with her, she fainted, and all this stuff. We hearing the same thing over again.
Well, Hillary
But I don't
Clinton
think
did
she was
faint.
wrong.
I seen that
Yeah.
video. She
Yeah,
fell
they
out.
said she was fainting, so she was sick, so something was wrong with her because she fainted. She's been walking around like nothing been wrong with her ever since.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with it.
But
I mean, she was
No.
really campaigning real hard, and that was probably just exhaustion from campaigning.
Yes.
And that's normal. But they made it
So-
out to be this whole crazy thing.
But I don't listen to the media because the media don't vote for me and they don't speak for me. And just like when Jamie was talking the other night to Rachel, she said, well, the black community is split half and half. And he said, well, the black community was mixed half and half, and when you're doing one, it's only 5,000 people. He said there was more than 5,000 people in Detroit, and there were more than 5,000 people at the NAACP, so you can't count that. So
No,
then
and that's what pissed me off too, is that they saying that the black people are going Republican. I don't see that. I don't see that whatsoever. I don't know where
It's
they
going
getting
Republican.
it. Because he's
It's going
selling
Republican
assassin
by, like-
sneakers now? Because he's selling gold sneakers? Is that why? Because he got shot? That's stupid.
Yes, I'm saying like he got shot at. He ain't been shot at, and I don't believe it when I was looking at it, because
No,
he
he
ducked
did get
down and
shot
all the
at,
people
Mace.
ducked, and then they get back up.
He got shot at now.
And then, you know what, with the sneakers, I think the sneakers are gold colored, not
They're not
gold.
Well, they are gold
Because
colored.
if
They
they
ain't
were
gold.
gold,
They're not gold.
yeah, so they're
Not
gold
gold.
colored.
The first
They're
pair,
gold
the second
colored.
pair, not. But I'm saying, so he's gonna make the money from it. The people can't copyright it and make nothing off of it. He's the
No,
only
but
one making something
he got
off
a
of
new
it.
he got a new set of sneakers besides the gold ones now.
Yeah, I know. I
when he
saw
got
him.
shot,
He got the one with his
got
face.
some red, white, and blue sneakers.
He got some with the ear.
Yeah,
So-
While
you
he was
know
He
what,
got some
how-
with the ear.
So
with black,
when did he have them playing? Because how they
That's what I'm saying. You
marketed
can't make them that
quick.
fast. No, you can't do them that quick.
Who's
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
trying?
that's
Who's
what
that
I'm
trying to say
saying. They're
something?
not
Right.
marketed that quick.
No. Mm-mm.
You got to
and
So
put
I'm saying
Maze,
the hero is the most
Maze,
important thing. Oh, excuse me.
on the Trump shoes it says Black Power.
I don't care what
whatever.
it say. It could say Anthony Power if it want to.
But
But
I
still,
like that little.
you gonna like 2025 too, cause you will be one of the ones, the first one to be implemented right into it.
Lil Don Don, that's a cold
As
ass
I was-
name.
As I was saying, it's funny, and the people panicking and falling all over the place. I'm still calm and sitting back and being calm, cause sometimes you just have to cut them out and just stop listening to the noise and listen to the people.
Hey,
So-
why do you say it was staged though? Like, what makes you say that?
Can I have my opinion on what I was looking at? What do you think about the Nazi salute? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what
Go back
it
and look
is,
at
but
the
I'm asking,
video. Yeah. What do you think about him doing that?
when did he do that?
He did it right
That
after he got
same
shot.
day,
You
put
didn't
that
see it.
fist up.
At first, he threw up
No,
a
he
fist.
missed it.
At first, he threw up a fist, and then he waved a little bit, and then he stuck his arm straight out in front of him. And I was like, I know I'm not the only one seeing this.
No, I wasn't none, but people are not talking about it. They looking at everything in the fist and him saying fight before he said it. And then these Nazis walking around on the street in Florida. Look it up, Anthony, in Tennessee. Look at
Y'all
who
used to
they-
get on me. Y'all used to get on me calling in
So what's
talking
wrong with
about
them?
Tupac is not dead. Now y'all are doing a conspiracy. Man.
I don't care what you, Anthony. That's your opinion is yours and mine is mine. But a lie will travel and the truth will stand alone.
But I want to
You
know why
what
would
your
you
eyes
say
are
it?
looking at.
Break it
What?
down. Why do you say it was staged?
Because it don't add up. If you were sitting up there and some shots was going on, you gonna be sitting up in a bed, get down there and get up and start clapping? Or what would you be doing? Trying to find your way out of there. And they would have trampled all over Trump trying to get out of there too. So that not my eyes, I don't believe it. And then everything came out the same the next day of pair of shoes and all this stuff. Too quick. And I want to see his ear. Not no piece of paper look like a piece of gauze stuck on it.
Well, look at these crazy people at the RNC.
No.
They wearing fucking tape over their fucking.
They're just like Alabama bra.
What the fuck?
Is what you looking at.
You can't tell me this.
Oh,
ain't
one
a
thing,
cult.
but then another thing, Tyrone, at the RNC when they made his VP, they shot his wife. They wouldn't even take pictures with the lady. They was pushing, like taking pictures with him, and she was just in their way. And they don't like that. That's one of the things they do not care for. She wasn't the right person.
Oh yeah, that is another thing. What's his?
You would have watched them tonight.
JD Vance's wife is Indian.
Yes.
And they about to find out how racist the Republican Party really is.
Some of them don't like it. They don't care for that.
They've been to talk about her eating rats and all this kind of shit. I guarantee you that shit gonna come out. You heard what Laura Ingraham said about Nikki Haley. She went off on Nikki Haley and them rats over there.
Yeah, and then the Marsha Blackburn them harassing the lady over her job. Are they crazy or something? Just look at them. They only following the lady. She trying to do her job, and they following behind her like a bunch of something wild people or something. Don't stick her in the corner and she said she taped it. She didn't. I mean, it don't make any sense, and people looking at them. So as I say, the saber rattlers, they either going for Trump or they going for Biden, and those that want him to go must be going for Trump. Only way I can see. And the down ballot must be Trump.
We got another caller.
Tyrone, the woman that stepped down, she was the head of the security. The
FBI.
Special. No, the other one, Secret Service.
Secret Service.
They fired her.
If they fired her or she stepped down.
Oh.
It was one or the other that they went after. They said it was her fault for not doing her job fully.
I have a theory. I don't know. I think they planned on it because there was a white boy at the rally that was warning them the whole time, and they didn't react.
That's what
I think they intended. Well, I would roll with that theory. I think
he said he told the police too, and they were standing around looking crazy.
I got Howard on the line here, but let me see if this is
before I leave, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Will you tell ABC when somebody's having a show, don't be mashing the button and cutting them off, because you can hear them. They be having a conversation, and all of a sudden you don't hear nothing.
Yeah, I hope they're not doing that. Y'all don't play with the switchboard if think nobody over there. Just let people talk. If you don't like what people saying, then hang up.
No, he have his show on Saturday. He shouldn't even be touching the switchboard after Saturday. He shouldn't be doing that after he goes off.
Channel you watching, bro?
So that's all I have to say. So
all right. So let me play this, and then I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get Howard. Let me see if this is it.
Channel you watching, Tyrone?
I'm not watching no TV.
Governor in history. America is not a racist country.
Here, hold 'em beer.
She's just a preposterous creature. But her candidacy did remind me that I need to immigrate to India so I can demand they start taking down parts of their history.
Well, you are a good.
What's with the worshiping of the cows? They're all starving over there, and they're worshiping cows. Do you know they have a rat temple where they worship rats? Hey, baby cake, why don't you go back to your own country and reconsider that history? How about Gandhi's behavior with little girls? Can we review that?
Wait a minute.
As you may know, I am referring to Nikki Haley, child of immigrants, governor of South Carolina, who immediately, after some psychopath does the mass shooting at the church, hideous. Oh, what will I do? Let's take down the Confederate flag from the South Carolina Capitol. As you know, Mark Simone, I am descended from Union soldiers. It's my history. This is my country, lady. I'm not an American Indian, and I don't like them taking down all the monuments. Well, I consider them monuments and admirable facts about Indians. I really hate that liberals have moved Indians into being, oh, we're victims. Why do you think we named football teams after American Indians? Because they were courageous, they were tough. It's out of admiration. That's why so many Americans like Elizabeth Warren lie and claim to be Indians. But even though I'm not an American Indian, I respect them. I respect the history. It is part of my country's history.
America is not a racist country.
And one more. This is what she said about Vivek Ramaswamy. He's an Indian guy. So here this is Ann Coulter again.
You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
So the Republican Party is not ready for J.D. Vance's wife. Well, they're ready for her, but she's not ready for the Republican Party because they're about to tear her a new one. I promise you they are. They do not like Indian people in the Republican Party. Even though, and that's the thing about this country, and Howard, I'm going to get to you, is that these people like the Indians, the Asians, even the Hispanic in some degree, they all want to clamor over there to the white American male patriarchy fucking, they want to be on that side. But them people will throw you under the bus in a fucking heartbeat just as soon as they can. And this is going to be very offensive to have, well, hell, they already got Kamala Harris up there who's part Indian. They already talking shit about her. And now you're going to have a vice president nominee's wife that's Indian. That ain't going to be right. I hate it for that lady. But Howard, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up? I know you didn't want to get to me.
No, you fine. Ain't none of that going on. So what's up, bro?
Ain't none of what going on?
You talking about me not wanting to get to you? I don't know what that means. Sound like you trying to talk some shit.
Well, yeah, I am. But I'm gonna stick up for my people. And like Sister Mays said, there's. I'm gonna say this one time because I can't talk for people. They got to talk for them motherfucking selves. But if they believe or they know that certain people are fucking with the show after hours and muting people and doing crazy shit, then they need to step up and stop complaining when nobody listening and step up and talk your shit when it's time, when somebody listening. That's all I got to say. But if that person that you complaining to say fuck you, then you know where you stand and you know where everything is. And that's all I got to say. I'm done.
That's why you called in? Damn, I thought you didn't want to talk about the shooting or nothing. I mean, damn, there's some news going on. I guess not, huh? Anyway, that kind of threw me off there. Where was I at? Oh, these people with the damn band-aids on their ear. Listen, Donald Trump did not get hurt whenever whenever this happened, right? I think it was either Mays or Antoinette said, we were supposed to hear like a medical report about the ex-president's health and how he's getting along. We ain't heard none of that bullshit. Ain't nobody said, whether he got hurt or not. So I think it's a bunch of bullshit that's going on with this whole shooting thing. And I'm telling you, I do not feel sorry for that man one bit. They bought it on themselves with the rhetoric that they use. They bought it on themselves because they allow these fucking weapons to just flow out here in the damn street. They let anybody get a hold of them. And, that's just what it is. See, I can't go down that road too far without saying some crazy shit that I want to say. Because,
Tyrone,
go ahead.
Tyrone, look, next, and this is when you can see that this is something that came after the fact but you're going to see the big Band-Aids with Trump's face on them. And
You know what? You just gave them another money making idea. They're gonna start selling bandages with Trump face on it.
But I
No,
bet
no.
you that's what's going to
They're
be the
gonna
next one, and they're going to have that for Halloween. They'll have a costume
they're gonna call them
that they
Don Boo
have
Boo.
what he had.
Don Boo Boo bandages. That's what they're gonna be selling on.
Yeah,
You're
and
only on once a week.
2024. And
You're only on once a
2024.
You're only on once a week, Tyrone. I want to know where your head is at, bro.
About what?
If the election was tomorrow, if the election was tomorrow, who would win?
I don't know who would win. I would hope that Joe Biden win. That's who I would vote for.
Realistically, who would win?
I
Like,
don't
put your
know
bias
who would.
aside.
Listen,
Considering
listen,
everything, bro.
Listen.
Considering
And I'm giving
publicity
you
and
an
all of
honest
that.
answer. Listen to what I'm saying. The only information and the only way that we're getting information is through the media, right? And the way the media talking right now, they putting Joe Biden down. But you can't judge that because you got to look at the history of who's a stronger candidate. And there was one guy that does polls or something, and he calls every presidential election and been right except for Donald Trump's election. And he's saying because of Donald Trump is an incumbent president, because Donald Trump's economy, because Joe Biden is an incumbent president, and because Joe Biden's economy is doing good, and there's a whole lot of other factors that go into how the American people feel when they vote. So whenever you say who would win today, it based off of his analysis and data, Joe Biden would win because Trump got a history of a bad economy. Trump got a history of writing policies for the rich people. Trump got a history of telling people his economy went to shit and he couldn't manage whenever the pandemic hit. I mean, I don't know. I think people want this country to do good instead of fucking popularism, man.
I mean, realistically though, Tyrone, Trump is winning, like literally.
According to the media, and that's what you're repeating.
He's leading in a lot of polls, bro.
That's the media. You get what I'm saying? The media goes throw these polls out there, right? And we don't know who. I've never been polled. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how many times you've been polled, or anybody on this phone been polled, but I've never been polled. So who are they polling?
Hey,
Tyrone,
go ahead.
You talk about Professor Littman and his what is it, the 13 keys?
Yeah, something like that.
Now he hasn't given his final prediction, but according to him, and he's been right so far. Since dating back just before Ronald Reagan, if the election was tomorrow, Joe Biden would win it. If you go by the political keys, you cannot go by the polls. Or Joe Biden, you cannot go by the polls because it depends on whom you hear that's putting out the polls. After the debate, Trump went up, but then after that, Biden caught up. And then Biden kind of narrowed the gap as far as in the swing state, even after the debate. So if the election was held tomorrow, well, a lot of factors will play into that. If people are able to go vote, if people come out and go vote. Right now, we really can't say who would win this election. And the reason why we cannot say who would win this election, because you all are going by what the media says. He's down at all the polls. That's not true. That is not true. But if the election was held, well, we really can't say who would win the election. Tomorrow, next month, we really cannot say. And no one really knows. You can't go by the mainstream media because they are reporting and they are how they're conducting themselves. The tops of those companies are Donald Trump supporters. So you can't go by that. You really cannot.
Yeah, the media kind of lost their legitimacy after Trump, man, because the polls went to shit after Trump's candidacy, and they've been wrong. I ain't gonna say they've been 100% wrong, but they haven't been on point since Donald Trump fucked up the whole system.
They really haven't been. They have not been. But if you have to follow certain other polls, and it's not that far of a stretch as the media is making it sound. That's how you have to do your own research instead of just listening to media and people on just any old body on social media. You really do. You can't go by MSNBC. You can't go by CNN. You definitely cannot go by Fox. And even a lot of the alternative media, they're compromised now as well. You cannot go by anything that they're reporting right now. You have to do your own research, and you have to find certain alternative media who's doing the reporting. You really cannot. And Professor Lichtman, him and his keys, they have been right so far. Now, this could be his first time.
Well, no, he got it wrong for Donald Trump, he said. He said that's the only one he got wrong.
No. He got that one right, too. He said Donald Trump was going to win that.
Click the link in the chat room, bro.
Yeah, he said Donald Trump was going to win that election. He was off between George Bush and Gore. But remember, there was a lot of hoo-ha-ha that went on in that, and Gore still won the popular vote. That was the one thing he said, that's his blip. But the Supreme Court decided that election. If we remember how that went, Supreme Court decided that, not the people. So, but he said Donald Trump was going to win the election, and he said a lot of people was mad at him when he was telling them that Donald Trump was going to beat Hillary. And he was absolutely 100% right when all the polls said Hillary was going to win. And she didn't. And everybody was shocked. Everyone was shocked that night. But he has not given his prediction yet. And that's because he never gives his final prediction until after after both parties has had their convention. So he hasn't given it. But what he was just looking at now, because people called him out and asked, "What do you think?" So he's been making the rounds, but he said, "I have not given a prediction yet, not until after the DNC has their
convention.
Yeah. Until they have their convention. Now, another thing we have to look at. Tyrone, you was just talking about there hasn't been any medical reports or anything that has been come from the Trump camp. Michael Steele, the ex-lieutenant governor of Maryland and the ex-head of the RSC, he called CNN to task the other night. We haven't gotten anything back from that. Why haven't we been given any medical reports, anything? Because medical reports can show if it was actually a bullet or if it was actually glass. We haven't gotten anything from that party, but they all down on. And again, I'll say this. I'm not a fan of Joe Biden, but we get all of his things, but they haven't gotten anything. He said, I don't understand why the media is not asking for that.
Right.
He put CNN on full blast with that. They didn't have an answer for him because they were there covering the convention, and they brought him on to talk about different things like that. And he put him on blast for that. And Michael Steele is a Republican. And he was absolutely right to put him on blast. We have not heard anything in the media about the medical reports. This man is about to accept the Republican nomination. And we have not gotten back any medical reports, not from one doctor, about that incident. And Michael Steele,
he won't.
Hello?
And he put him on blast. He put him on blast.
Oh, I'm on.
And he put him on blast as he should have. That's why that whole thing don't look right.
But Tyrone
needs to cry. He needs a white man cry. That'll help him out.
Hello, Tyrone. I was polled, and guess what? They threw me out the poll.
They threw you out the poll.
Yes, because they want to know when was the last time you voted. So some dumbass questions. And the last time you voted, and are you a Democrat or a Republican? And then they ask your age, how much money you make, and some other, and then they want to know your race.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he said, well, no, you have been thrown out of the poll.
That don't make no sense.
I don't know. Huh?
That don't
That
make
was
no
my
sense.
day. I know. I love to
Tyrone,
play
can
with
you
them when they call. I love to play with
click
them
on
when
the
they call the
pink
poll me because I ask them questions and they don't like it. I said, this a Republican poll or a Democrat poll or independent poll? Which poll is it? Then they don't want to talk to you anymore.
Hmm.
And then do you talk? Do you have a? Do you do a news station or do you? They ask where you work. Do you do a news station or do you do this for this and this and that and a whole lot of crazy stuff? I said, what does this got to do with a poll?
Well, I mean, we poll, but I mean, generally, I don't know who got polled. I know you got polled.
I've never been polled.
I mean, if you
click on the link, bro. Click on the link, man.
Yeah, this is my.
Well, that's real clear politics, and every one of them got. I put it up for you. Every one of them got Joe Biden, Donald Trump ahead.
Yeah, and guess what? And every one of them, just like I said, the man that used to work at CNN, he works over there on C-SPAN now. And then the one they just switched them up and all these little companies and stuff. And I'm like, y'all pose and this stuff that y'all putting out. I said, Trump is losing. The reason he came up with this new idea of he's the greatest thing, that he came up like the Phoenix. So if he wasn't losing, it's like, why has he got all this My Pillow Man stuff selling it for some reason? And then daughter-in-law there begging for money. And Anthony, I have a question for you.
Zoom in a little bit, bro.
Zoom in.
Trump is ahead in the polls, but it's not as far a margin as what is being reported.
Okay, I'll do that.
He's ahead in the polls.
Oh Lord, I done closed my browser. Hold on, I'll get it. Got to get it back up.
But it's not as far a margin as what they're reporting. Again, you have to take a lot of those polls are actually a dead heat. Once you put in the margin of error, a lot of them are still a dead heat.
So, and I'm listening, and like if you're looking at C-SPAN and if you got C-SPAN on Facebook, you look at the people in there and the amount of people that's in there, and you can take a poll from some sites that you're looking at and take a poll. It don't fit what the posters are telling you. They're only doing 5,000 people, and you got 30 to 100,000 people in one chat room chatting about something, and they are not for Trump. So if they really want to do a poll, just like I said, go to the people. The people poll is different from their poll. That's the difference in it. But they never do the people poll. Because when they was in that convention the other night, how many people did they poll? Nobody. They just walk around talking crazy, and one man going, as he got Kamala mixed up with the one in Georgia.
Back that one up where it had the national poll. Back it up. Right there.
Right there.
What does that show? What does that show you?
Well, it's like a 3 points difference between them two. And then if you look at the bottom, you got Kennedy still in. You got Kennedy still in the race.
Yeah, you got.
So
Kennedy,
you don't know
Kennedy
whoever's supporting him is for Democrats or Republicans, and that'll make up that 3 points.
And the national poll got them about 3 points separated.
Yeah.
What is the margin of error? 3 points. So they're still at a dead heat.
I have a question for Anthony. Is he still on, Tyrone?
Yeah, he's still there.
I have a question for you, Anthony. What if you voting for Trump? What are you getting out of it? I mean, what are you voting for him for?
I never said I was. I don't really talk about who I don't really engage in that. I kind of approach it like white people approach it. They don't really
white people
talk about it until.
You said white people don't talk about who they vote for. What white people you talking about?
That's not what I asked you. You said Trump would win if they did a poll, if the election was today. So I'm saying, like, you going to vote for him, so why would you be voting for him? I can tell you why I'm not going to vote for him.
I didn't imply that Trump was going to win, but it's looking good.
To you, yeah, of course, for those that don't look up under the cover, they're going to always think something looking good if they're just looking at the top of the cover and don't look up under it.
I got to do this another way. Hold on.
So I'm still saying, I'm just asking you the question.
Yeah, you don't be scared to tell us who you're going to vote for, man. What the fuck is that about?
I mean, no matter who you're voting for, but what is it about Trump? What is it that Trump doing that you like so much? Well, that's a question, regardless of not asking who you're voting for. Because I know ABC, Alma can't vote anyway, so one said he don't vote. I don't think he can, and the other one said I know he can't. So, are you voting? Are you saying you like Trump because he pardon Lil Wayne? Or you that because he be around a lot of crooks?
And then they got Amber Rose. They got
Lord.
Amber Rose at the RNC speaking for black people, and she said that she don't consider herself a black woman. How the hell did that work?
She told them that if what was funny is when she said she did some research on Trump, and that's what made them her family. I'm like, did you really do some research, or they gave you some research for you to look at, and you thought it was something different?
But there was this one YouTuber, I think it was Politics by Tabitha, was speaking about Amber Rose, and she was saying that Amber Rose have got, when that crypto thing was all heavy, she said the FBI is investigating her, and it's possible she might get charged with some crimes for that crypto fraud shit, and she's trying to get ahead of the game by buddying up with Donald Trump so she can get a pardon. And I was like, well, that makes sense. Huh?
That's what her father sent over there. Well, like I say, you hang with what you are.
Yeah, because Amber Rose, listen, we all remember Amber Rose from the Slut Walk, dating rappers.
And Kanye.
And Kanye West and all. That ain't no goddamn Republican. She full of shit. She is so full of shit. It's ridiculous. But that goes show you how easy it is to be a Republican. All you have to do is go up there and say something anti-black and damn near racist, to self-hating, then you can be a Republican.
Yep.
If I started speaking like Candace Owens on this show right here tonight, but this show would blow the fuck up. You
had three. You had, what was the one, Station Dash, then you had Candace Owens, and now you got her.
Yeah, it's great.
But
go ahead.
There's going to be a lot of incognito black voters, man. I'm telling you, bro. Like, they're not going to talk about it, but they're going to ride with Trump.
Well, if they do, that's their business. If they ride with him, that don't mean he can win. It's just like a whole lot of people didn't vote for Hillary. And wasn't riding with her either. And
listen,
that's why she didn't win.
The point is anybody can vote for whoever they vote for. I don't give a shit. But, to sit up here and lie to the country and say that, black people are turning Republican, that is just a blatant lie. And it's a lie to get people like you and others to think about it and say, oh, maybe I will vote for him.
Like a transition is happening, though.
But it was funny because when they went into that church.
See, you can't say that the transition is happening without proof, is my point. You don't have any proof of what you're saying.
Like, what are they? That's why I like to see where are they, Anthony? Because if you got them, you should have saw them at the convention. You should have saw him in that church he went to where he set up that little stage, and everything is staged.
Let's see if there any
those
black
that want to.
Any
can't even find 50 of them. Can't find 50 of them.
Sarge gotta know. Sarge gotta know when he got a one up, bro. Sarge, you need to call in, bro.
Sarge, you're losing his mind.
Sarge called me the other night crying.
I do think that there are probably a little more black people will probably transition and vote for Donald Trump in this election. I do believe that.
Well, that's natural because of the rhetoric.
That's natural.
Yeah.
I do think so. But it demonstrates that a lot of black people are uninformed, and that's the sad part.
But Tyrone, when Michael Steele was Obama's kryptonite, wasn't he working with the Republicans doing what they were telling him to do at the time?
Yeah, that's why I have to watch him. I have to side eye Michael Steele, because he.
That's what I'm saying. But Michael Steele was
he ushered this stuff in. He was the one.
And he knows
with the Tea Party and all of that. He bought all this crap in here.
And he know about his line party more than anybody and how they do stuff. And that's why he's telling people now.
I mean, they on MSNBC and he be talking the right stuff now. But I remember who the hell he was and what he was saying.
That's what I'm saying. And that's how they do it. And when they use them, they throw them away.
But the thing is, as it relates to Michael Steele, I give him kudos when he decided that he was jumping off the bandwagon. You have to know when to jump off the bandwagon. So Michael Steele is somebody I don't care for, but he knew when to jump off that bandwagon.
Just like all the other ones that's been there. It's the same thing happened. But what's strange to me?
He's still a conservative. He's still a conservative, though.
Yes, he's still conservative. A whole lot of people are conservatives and Republicans too, but they're not going to vote going over to and doing what they're looking at now. That's the difference. But they don't never let those kind of conservatives through. They got to be quiet and act like they don't exist. But it was something else that I was getting ready to tell you, Tyrone. I'll think about it again. What? I forgot what it was. My mind slipped. But to come and think about it, and that blonde-headed lady, the one, she's a Republican too. She said she's not going to stop being a Republican. And Anna, the one that be on The View, she's a Republican. She's not going to stop being a Republican, but she's just telling them how to handle, telling the dumb Democrats how to handle what they're doing to them. But they all following lockstep with the Republicans. Some of the liberal people, that's their problem. When they can't have their way, they do what you see them doing now. And everybody looking at their friends like, I didn't know you were that way. We thought you, oh, no, you seeing the real deal. So when everything is over and smooth, and Liz Cheney, what happens to them in the bushes and all of those people? Where they at?
Oh, they shut
they
them
gonna be
up.
voting for Trump?
I hear a little people from I hear a little people from Adam Kissinger every now and again, but they try to shut them up. They don't let them be out there talking.
No, they don't, because they jumped off the bandwagon. You don't
hear them saying nothing. You don't hear Liz. You don't hear her father. You don't hear the Bushes. You don't hear none of those people talking. Period. They're like they don't exist. I know they got an opinion.
Yeah, and George Bush ain't got nothing to lose. He done did his presidency. He done got us into a useless war. He done killed Americans, so he should come out front and start talking. He's a war criminal.
Like Mitt Romney did. They all need to take a stance like Mitt Romney did.
And you don't see some of those that left. What's the one that I can't even think of his name, but that left. That was Speaker of the House before Powell Ryan. You don't even hear him talking.
Jeff Sessions.
You don't hear no.
They kicked his ass out quick.
You certainly don't hear Jeff Sessions from Alabama. He ain't saying nothing.
They got rid of that quick.
And all those people, they're not saying nothing.
I thought you couldn't get no more racist than Jeff Sessions, but they was like, hold my beer. You know, good Lord. They done got worse than Jeff Sessions.
So we don't hear people talking like that. All you hear is those radical ones that's putting out something and the Democrats following right along with them. Repeating what they got to say.
That crazy ass Marjorie Taylor Greene, I don't even know how the fuck that lady got elected and why she's speaking from Congress. That lady is fucking crazy, and she's a racist. She's a blatant racist. That's all you see is them at these damn KKK meetings. Y'all think the KKK went away? That's what the hell this is.
Oh,
the KKK has took over the damn country. That's what the hell we watching.
Mm-hmm. And I said, and for those Democrats, when Obama was in office, they had the House and the Senate. If they did what they needed to do and stop being who they are now, a whole lot of stuff would have been passed, and you wouldn't be dealing with what we're looking at today. Now they're worried about a down ballot. So that's their problem, not mine. Because the down ballot might not even show up for them.
What do you mean they worried about a down ballot?
That's what they always saying, down ballot. Joe Biden missing. If he don't get out, he's messing up the down ballot. Because they're in a districts between green and blue and red.
There is no way. There is no way that the Democrats should be losing this race.
No, they shouldn't be even doing what they're doing.
I'm gonna tell you that Donald Trump has taken all the fucking money from the Republicans, so the candidates don't got no money to run with.
No.
Donald Trump is a damn criminal. He's a convicted damn rapist, held liable for that bullshit. He's a crook. He stole America's top secret information. I mean, there's no way the Democrats should be even running neck and neck with Donald Trump. And the only thing screwing them up is Joe Biden's age, and they can't figure out how to get around that.
It's not his age. That's what they're using.
But that's
what's.
Huh?
So you remember Trump was only a couple years younger than him.
No, I'm talking about the age thing is bad messaging for them. I'm not saying that they can't find some type of messaging to get around the age. They're just not doing it. See what I'm saying?
But they're only a couple years apart.
But Tyrone, that came from the Republicans.
They're only a couple years apart.
3 years. That's all 3. But that came from the Republicans, and the Democrats took along with it.
Yeah.
Everything that you hear them saying came from Trump.
They just repeat what he had to say.
So every time they start repeating something, they started talking about Joe Biden's age a long time ago, Sleepy Joe and all this kind of bullshit, right? And they just kept beating that drum, beating that drum, and all of a sudden, even though him and Trump is the same age, they worried about Joe Biden's age and not Trump's.
But you know what, Tyrone and everyone, remember how Joe Reagan, Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had Alzheimer's while he was in office. Maybe.
Yeah,
Now,
that's what Jay was saying the other day.
Trump keeps hollering that that's what's wrong with Joe Biden. Now, could it be that Trump is the one that has Alzheimer's?
Well, look, but both of them old. And my point,
yes, I know.
My point is that the Democrats is not getting all over and countering this messaging about age. They could use it against the Republicans by saying that they're practicing ageism and they're making America hate old people. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Tyrone, they brought it on themselves. They
were bringing on themselves. They were bringing on themselves as they try to do what they're trying to do. That's what we're bringing on them.
Yeah,
they don't wake up and start listening to people trying to tell them. So you got Nancy old. You got Maxine Waters old. Nancy slur with her words too when she's drinking. She ain't nobody not noticing her slurring. So how can another old person tell somebody they need to leave because they're old and she's still sitting there?
No, but
just like Maxine said, she's older than Biden, and she ain't having no problem.
But the thing is, they knew that was going to be his handicap going in. They knew this. It was going to be his handicap going in.
You don't have
they should not have rallied, or they should have been working on this thing when it was time for him to announce his candidacy for re-election. And they should not have allowed that to happen, because that was going to be his weakness going in.
But Lisa,
okay, y'all don't want.
You know what the problem is?
But
no. What you didn't hear during that debate is what the problem is. Hillary said it and Trump said it. They want Netanyahu to finish what he was doing. Biden said he was not putting no more bombs for them to kill no children. That's his problem. That's the problem with what the people that having with him. That's the problem right there. And he called him a Palestinian. You a Palestinian. That's what the debate was about. But no, everybody missed it. And he said it again. So every time he said, they don't want him there anymore. They can't use you when you being what the word did they use? When you talking about him. So that's where it is, because Hillary said they need to finish it. You ain't heard her saying nothing else no more. And then you heard Trump say it. So they two of the same thing.
Yes.
Cut off the same cloth. Let him do what he want to do.
But Biden did say he was not
being anti-Semitic. Biden have been anti-Semitic, and they when you get anti-Semitic, they try to. It's just like the other man in New York. What happened to him?
No, but
the Democrats let it happen. They let somebody run against him that was a Democrat to move him out the way. Because they don't like what he did when he went to Israel.
Oh, you talking about Jamal Bowen?
That's right, and that's what you see. They trying to do to Biden. And if nobody believes, just look.
Well, if the Jewish people want Trump in, they crazy. All outdoors. They stupid.
But Biden.
Didn't you see them at the thing the other night? Jews for Trump at the convention. They had their signs and stuff too.
But the thing is, you all are dismissing that the fact that Biden, yes, he did say he wasn't going to send any more of those big dummy bombs or whatever you call them back over there. But he changed course. Yes, but he changed course within a week. And
I'm saying the first time he said it, and then he said that he was not going to send them again. And I said, now they're going to get worse on him because they don't like it. Because whatever their plan is, Biden is messing it up, and they don't like it. And we sitting up here looking and listening to what's being said. Just like they did Farrakhan, they're trying to do Biden the same way. And they did Jimmy Carter, they're doing him the same way. And everybody overlooking it.
Y'all just want to ignore that Biden changed course, and he sent the bombs anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted some more.
Ignore that.
That's what I'm saying. He sent them the first time. He said he was not going to send any more.
And he
remember that?
still did. Yes, I remember that. And he still did.
When did he send? When did he send?
Changed. Well, he said he was not sending any more of those big dummy bombs. When he said it, and I talked the second time, everybody was like, "Okay, Biden is getting a spine." He changed course right after that.
I'm saying yes, he did, and they was complaining about it. And then when the other night he said he was not sending anymore. I said, well, the more he talk about what he not gonna do for them, the worse they're gonna get on him. And everybody else looking around like, really? He's behind. We don't need him anymore.
I just think that not enough people is accepting.
So I don't believe nothing they got to say. Age ain't got nothing to do with it.
Going in. No, it does.
No, I think all of this age. If they got somebody younger in there, then I think it would turn out different. But it's too late for that.
They should not have supported.
But that's the reason why.
Supported his candidacy when he said when he was talking about he was going to seek re-election, the Democratic Party shouldn't have went along with that.
Yeah.
They should not have gone along with that, and we have to accept that. The Democratic Party handicapped this entire thing here. They did this. They should not have gone along with Biden's re-election campaign. I get what they were doing.
So they did. So why are they trying to get rid of it now?
Because the man can't speak. he can barely walk.
He was old when he got there.
Look, that's the reason why Trump has that man that hated him. And he's, 39? Trump decided to get on the young people vote.
No, Trump, the man that he picked for his vice president, for his VP, supposed to be a poor man that was raised by, I guess, his grandparents and not the mother. And then they're going to have the mother sitting up there. And then I heard another lie during that speech when they had that debate. And Trump said that when he was president, nobody died. Some men died over in Africa when Trump was president.
Yeah.
They were doing
Trump lied.
Something.
He lied.
And that was a lie.
Yeah, he lied.
And then they said the military people didn't love him. And then the money that he took from the supposed to do the base housing and stuff with, he spent that not on the families. He spent it somewhere else. They forget the news and the stuff that you're listening to and see what he did.
Yep.
And I'm saying like y'all don't have a memory of nothing.
They got people that are just they blindly follow him.
Yeah, blindly following. And everything Trump put out there, they all followed it, the Democrats and the Republicans. He must be got something on something.
I agree with you. Right, but the Democrats have a candidate who cannot voice and who cannot get out and voice and counteract the lies.
Right.
Biden can't do that. He can't
It's
do
not
that.
for Biden to do. It's not for Biden to do. It's for the people to understand and his party to go along with him.
No. 99% of this stuff is optics. I mean, it's all how he looking.
Optics. He cannot He's not there where he needs to be able to verbalize his mission. And you have got whatever your mission, whatever your policy, you have got to be able to verbalize it and to express it. And he can't
No, the verbalizing it ain't gonna do no good. People got to see it and feel it. When they see it and feel it, that's verbalizing, and you don't need no nothing.
Well, no, that's not true, Maze, because this economy is doing excellent, and people are feeling the economy. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tyrone. No, I was gonna say, but he can't vocalize that. He can't.
But when they vocalize, when they say Trump, the economy was better under Trump than it was on the Biden. No, it wasn't, because on the Trump you couldn't go nowhere, you couldn't get no food, you couldn't find nothing because there wasn't nothing on the shelf, so you couldn't spend no money, so you had it in your pocket.
Right, but they ain't nobody telling that. They ain't nobody out there telling that story, Maze. Is what we're saying. They ain't nobody saying.
Well, how some people know the story and some don't?
Yeah, but Biden needs to be saying it. They need to hear it from him.
Mm-hmm.
And he cannot verbalize
well,
it.
He explained it on BET last night. Last night I think it was. He was on BET. He explained it.
Yeah, because with all these people all these Americans that died up under Donald Trump's watch on the coronavirus, I mean that right there by itself should be some type of messaging to tell Americans to watch out. Because
the message is 2025 is the message anybody want to hear, and if they plan on love America, Biden shouldn't have to say nothing.
And that's
but that ain't the way it works, though. I mean, that's why Barack Obama did so well, because he was a great orator. And every time
It
he
was a very
spoke,
short
people
book.
listened. You know.
And Project 2025. You didn't hear a word of that come out of the Biden administration until after that damn debate.
Yep.
Not after the debate. They're not verbalizing because he can't do it right now. And we have, if you come
I ain't
up with
looking for no verbalizing. I'm looking for research.
Well, no,
and
you gonna vote the right way. We already know that. But you got the youth out there. You got women voters. You got the African American, Hispanics, Asian. All of these people need to hear something.
You got to be able to sell your shit, and he can't do it. That's the problem.
Some people, if those that can't catch it, it's like a net. If you don't catch it, you miss it.
Well, amazing.
that
don't work for everybody though. You know, that ain't gonna work for everybody.
How some people know and some don't.
Yeah,
they in
but
another
did
world
you
or
hear
something?
what they said for?
They can catch everything Trump
Biden
say.
to be quiet. I'm sorry, me.
What you say?
Oh, I was saying I was sorry for cutting across you.
Oh. So, but they can hear about Sean. They can hear about Diddy Combs and all those different people, but they can't catch. They don't have the time to stop to listen to see what's going on with their life or going to be going on with their life. So if they can hear about that and know about that, they should know about everything that's going on with their everyday life.
Everybody's not interested in politics. A lot of people.
Oh no, they're not. And some of them still don't. If they heard them, they still not going to be interested.
Yeah.
And then
so that's
also,
just how that go.
Women's reproductive rights. Biden, if you had a candidate there being able to voice and verse that, get that out during the debate, nothing. He was unable to quit. And you got to sell it. You have to. The candidates have to sell it. It is just what it is.
Where the governors in each state are selling stuff, and the people are in their states, and their governors are selling, taking books out of the classroom, and all this stuff that they're doing, and if people ain't noticing and they're seeing it, that's going to be a prayer.
That's another thing that ain't nobody mentioned. That's another thing nobody mentioned either, about how these people are taking these books out of classrooms and attacking the teachers. I mean, the Democrats is missing so many damn opportunities.
The statehood. That's what they want, the statehood. And all this stuff that's happening, and then what's the name? Mitch McConnell putting them 300 judges on the bench. So anything to get ready to go through, they stand there in the way.
And then
so you got to look at the different states and what they're doing in their states too.
I get all of that, but Biden is commander in chief. And Tyrone, I also heard that they're talking about cutting the military pay.
Yep. Yeah. And that Project 2025.
And he's unable to voice that. He can't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a vote. I'm a Joe Biden voter, but I mean, they need to do better. Like Jamie Harrison, when he was on that show the other night, he spoke well and he spoke articulately. Mm-hmm. They need to have more him out there. They need to have more Gavin Newsoms out there. They need to have more Pete Buttigieg out there. They got this new
Kamala
guy.
Kamala. They should have been using her as they should have used her, because she can voice whatever needs to be voiced. But they were not using what they had in their arsenal. And then you have Biden, who can't do it. He just can't.
Well, what is the Poor People Campaign doing? Have you heard of them?
I heard about it, but I don't know what they're doing.
Chicago.
They got people from every state. They out of Carolina. They out of Chicago, every state. They got them in every state. That's what they're doing. Casting the people.
Okay, well, they need to be in the media. They need to be in the. They need to be in the media with that message, so people can get it. What's up, Mama's boy?
Hey, peace, Tyrone. I was watching all that going on today, and listen, I actually think that they are kind of doing a hostile takeover type of thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I think that they know with all the baggage Trump has, once they get out there campaigning between September and November, whoever's the nominee gonna win hands down. So I actually think the Democratic Party is pulling a Bernie Sanders on Joe Biden and trying to get Kamala Harris up there because all the shit they was talking about today, they saying, with Kamala Harris as the nominee, there's no age as a factor. You don't have to worry about a motherfucker making, verbal slip ups or misquote or misspeaking. You don't have to worry about they don't. You take a lot of the ammo that the Republican Party has now against Joe Biden, and it doesn't exist against Kamala Harris. And I was watching that today, and it really pissed me the fuck off because I mean, there's no loyalty in that for one. That's all. And I don't think Kamala Harris should want it like that. That's me personally. I mean, but maybe that's my personal feeling. You know what I'm saying? You like to earn your shit honestly. You don't want somebody trying to, pull a shoe in on you like they did Bernie. They ran Bernie ass out of Hillary wasn't supposed to be the nominee. Bernie had the damn party, but they secretly behind closed doors put Hillary up and got rid of Bernie. I think they're doing the same thing with Joe.
That's what happened with Joe Biden too. Joe Biden won in the damn primaries. He showed up at the end. He just forced his way into the damn race.
And they ran Bernie out again.
Yep.
Yeah, and Kamala takes care of two rights, two civil rights. She takes care of the woman vote, and she takes care of the colored issue, the race issue.
Well,
So
I think Kamala Harris would be a good candidate, but I'm still at this place where I don't think this country is ready for it. They're going to.
That's what they're banking on.
If that happens,
and they don't want no woman.
If that happens, then they're gonna rev up their rhetoric about Kamala Harris. You see how it worked the last time. Everybody and their brother would believe in Kamala Harris did something in California to black people and all that kind of shit. Turns out that was a lie. Yeah. And everybody was repeating it though. You had
that's why I think, Tyrone, that this is some skullduggery going on in the background. You know what I'm saying? Because technically, the way I look at it, Joe Biden deserves the nomination. He the one did all the hard work on all them damn states, getting them damn delegates. You know what I'm saying? It's just not proper not to let that man finish what he started. But that's, maybe I'm just, thinking
he's in it now. And then like Harrison was said the other day, unless Joe Biden said it out of his mouth, then
it ain't happening.
People probably need to stop, suggesting otherwise,
Well, he's getting a pressure campaign from Nancy Pelosi and everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Now what did Pelosi say something new? Because the last thing I heard, she said that Joe Biden needed to decide.
No, but Adam Schiff is her homie, and she wouldn't have let him go out and say anything. So it's kind of like she let him say it, so she didn't say it.
Yeah, so she didn't have to say it.
So what they doing is they putting pressure on Biden, and the story is they don't want to embarrass him, but they will. And now you're starting to see people leaking shit out, and they coming out. I think it's fuckery, and if the state of affairs wasn't like it was, I wouldn't vote for them motherfuckers.
Did that shit at the midterm. They should have did that shit
exactly, dog. In the beginning, they should have pulled Joe to the side and said, "Don't run, push Kamala." But they let this motherfucker start running, campaigning for 3 years. I think it's fuckery, bro. I think it's fuckery.
I agree.
But Mama Boy, let me tell y'all what the problem is. See, they said every time you hear them say, "Well, Joe might not make it through the 4 years." So if Joe don't make it through the 4 years, as I was telling y'all was talking one day that he's too old. I said, if he don't make it through the 4 years, Kamala will be president, and they don't want it to happen.
Nah, he'll make it through the 4 years. Ronald Reagan was damn near with 1 foot in the grave, and them damn doctors kept his ass alive.
That's all you hear.
So Reagan was a literal cadaver. He was literally a cadaver. Nancy Reagan did all the talking for him the last 4 years of his second term of the presidency. That motherfucker was a zombie cadaver. those last 4 years. And I like I said, I think the Democrats is one reason why I don't fuck with them because they nervous Nelly and they full of
Yep.
fuckery. And
Yep.
right now it's not that they don't think Joe Biden will win. They pretty much know he will. But what they trying to do is pull a okey doke on him. And there you go.
And just give it a couple more days. He's going to
No,
announce.
they say he got until Monday to make up his mind.
Who said he got until Monday?
That's what that was. As y'all listen to the media. That's what they said today. He got until Monday to make up his mind.
But why don't people understand that Joe Biden is going to tell us whenever Joe Biden is going to do what he's going to do?
Yes. And what people that voted for those people that's in office, that Democrat, and you voted for one, you need to be calling their office and telling them to, if they plan on staying in office and when they turn come, you're going to feel the same way about them. And they will come and their eyes will open up. And you won't have to worry about the media telling you to do
I don't know. Like this thing is like I said, this thing started in the right with his age and calling him Sleepy Joe and all this kind of stuff. And then year after year, they was hammering home by how sleepy he was and couldn't walk. And all of a sudden, during this election, they bringing it home now, and it's working.
But hey, bro, that's classic crackers, man. Classic cracker people, man. They do that shit, man. They want style points on this election, and I don't get it. You know, all you should want is the motherfucker to win, but they gotta have style points. They don't want Joe Biden to win because it ain't gonna look beautiful like Barack Obama's win. So they thinking that they can restart the Obama coalition excitement and all this shit with Kamala. But if I was Kamala, I wouldn't want it that way. I'd be on the niggas'
when
ass.
you said that a while ago, Mama, but I don't, because it's the presidency. I think they look at that a little different. If she get up there, then I don't think that.
If she get,
I'm not saying not to take it. I'm not saying not to take it. I'm just saying, for my money, I wouldn't want it. I would take it. I'm not stupid, but I wouldn't want it that way. That's, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it wouldn't matter because once she get in there, I'm assuming that's when that person in that position is saying, okay, well, it's my turn to make a difference. You see, so
yeah.
If she get up in there, she will win the election.
I want her. She was my first pick, Sister Elisa. She was my first. I want her to win. I want her to be the president. But I just don't like the way they doing this shit, bro. It's one reason why I don't like Democrats. One reason why I'm not a Democrat. Fuck around with them.
Well, I mean, as soon as she get it, if they give it, the first thing that they're gonna talk about, and I don't know how true it is or not, is about how she slept with that dude out there to get promoted. I forgot.
But they can't talk about nobody sleeping with nobody because they look at the one.
Well, she's a woman, so they're gonna look at that completely different. They're not gonna give her a pass.
If they turn it over to Kamala, she will win it. This is the ticket how she's gonna win it. Kamala Harris.
And if they leave it like it is, it's still gonna be a win regardless.
Kamala Harris and Jamie Raskin. That's who's gonna take this thing. Trust me. That's who's gonna take this thing. If Biden passes the torch. That's how it's gonna go. And it was predicted a long time ago by Gerald Ford. That's how we go get our first woman president. If they pass it over, so go look it up. Go look up what I'm telling you. This thing has already been planned out. Gerald Ford spoke on it back in 1989. If they turn it over to Kamala, she's going to win it. And more than likely, Jamie Raskin, one of the congressmen from my state, might be her running mate.
Well, Jamie Raskin from your state, Jamie Raskin from your state had the opportunity to run for a senator, and he said no. But then when out there in California, where the governor gave the lady, what's her name that died? What's her name?
Yeah, you talking about Adam Schiff. You talking about Adam Schiff, and he pretty much gonna win. He's gonna win.
No. He's already in office. So why won't he? Why he want to be
San Francisco?
What I'm saying?
Well,
selfish?
He's a congressman and he wants to be a senator.
Well,
and it's a difference because congressmen every 2 years they got to be real, but a senator they 6 years.
But what I'm saying is that the lady that they put in her place, she can't run no more. She can't even run. And what is she doing a good job where she is? She ain't even got the opportunity to run. That's what the governor did on the slyway. And then when Nancy became House Speaker of the House, she had to have two people. She had Cindy Hoyer and what's the one out of Carolina? The one they said if he told Biden he would go to leave, he would leave. Both of them had to be next to her, but they couldn't be one. I said, you had to watch Nancy, too, because she ain't as slick as she thinks she is. It's just like I say, Chuck Schumer. He ain't slick neither. He's just like the one, the other senator that died. He's just like him. He can't now find enough votes either for nothing, except for something he wants.
They even lying on Obama. Washington Post was even lying on Obama today.
That's what I'm saying. Said even Obama said, and they trying to get
Obama ain't said a motherfucking thing because he don't talk like that. He don't do that damn bullshit. When Obama speaks, he waits till after somebody done made a decision and he come out and try to garner support for it. I'm telling you, they pulling an okie doke on Joe, and Joe know it. And listen, Joe is not only stubborn, but he's a vindictive peckerwood. And he has to bless Kamala Harris because those delegates don't have to vote for her.
Nope.
They do not have to vote for her.
They don't have to vote for nobody else either.
No, they can vote for Joe Biden. They can say, I voted for Joe Biden. That's who the fuck I want.
That's who they want.
But Joe Biden had a hand in choosing the delegates too.
Yes, sir.
So he had a hand in choosing the delegates.
I mean, it was his nomination to do whatever, and that's the I guess the whole bullshit of it all. He did all the hard work, and now they want to come along and take it from him. I think that's some bullshit.
Sure is.
And it's awful. I'm gonna say this one thing, and I'll back out. It's really fucked up when the Republicans, when you got Matt Gaetz up there talking about we gonna ride or die with you, Trump, and then you look over at the Democrats and they on the opposite. That's pretty shitty.
Yeah, it
Sounds like they want to be on. They might. You know how they switch parties.
And Mama Boy just kind of made my point is that they will stand behind Donald Trump no matter what, and then we over here talking about who's going to replace who. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not talking about nobody replacing nobody.
Shit, it's some dumb shit, Tyrone. That's why I don't fuck with them Democrats, bro. Fuck them bitches. They weak. They always nervous Nellies, man.
I'm trying to send you this video of Gerald Ford when he was talking about how we'll get our first woman president. But I cannot find. Wait a minute. I'm trying to find a link to send it to you so you can play it. All this stuff was MDCGE is Gerald. And then y'all see what Gerald Ford, first woman president. Everybody's like, how can he say, here it is. Now let me see if I can get the link. I'm just trying to get the link. That's the problem with this damn iPad. Wait a minute. Tyrone, maybe you can pull it up. If you go on Google, go on YouTube and type in, it's on PBS. It's Gerald Ford, put 1989, Gerald Ford interview on first female president.
Okay.
This is exactly what they pull in. This stuff is all this stuff is in stone. That's what our people ain't trying to. This stuff is in stone. Do you see what I'm talking? You see what I'm saying? Iowa PBS.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I think that's it. I'm gonna turn this down.
On October 18, 1989, French, Iowa, Gerald Ford, the 38th president of the United States, their history across Iowa.
Yeah, that's it. You see it?
Yeah, what is it, like 2 minutes long? It's a 1989 Ford interview on female president.
Yeah, that's it. Play that.
Okay, let me download
Play that.
it. I got it downloaded. Hold on.
All of this stuff is already done planned out. If he passed it to Kamala, she will win it. If he passed her the torch, she will win it. Because you have too many people that want an option, a good option, to not vote Trump. You really do. A lot of Republicans too.
Well, I'm just saying if that's the case, then the right they're gonna gear up, and she's gonna have to put up with some shit.
But she's already been tested and blasted, this and that. She's vice president. She's already been blasted and tested with all of that. You bring in somebody new, they're gonna blast them up, test them up, jerk them up, tear them up. She's already been vetted. So anything, unless there's something she really was hiding, I don't think so.
That's the thing right there. If she was hiding something, then that would be exposed without a doubt. So I don't think she hiding.
And Trump, I don't think she got no she hiding. And Trump been kind of tearing up Kamala, and they all over there talking about DEA hire or whatever the hell you call it, all types of foolishness. But like that, this stuff is set up. And I'm sitting here looking at this. I'm like, okay, Gerald Ford is sitting up here talking about what's going on right now.
All right, I'm downloading it.
Who did that? And that was a schoolgirl that asked that question of him.
Yes, it was
we
a
have that
schoolgirl.
up on our playlist. As Dry Bones plays that a lot. But let me ask the question: has Kamala not already been the president?
No,
remember, there's been a couple of times where Biden had to step. Yeah, where. So didn't that make where Kamala Harris had to take over?
Yeah, but that's only temporary. That's only temporary. And the minute the president is done, they got to pass the power back to him. It ain't the same. You just sitting around, you know what I'm saying, being able to call some shots, but there ain't no shots to be called. You know, the government's gonna take care of everything. She just sitting in the spot. But what I was thinking is I actually think Jen Psaki got something to do with this shit.
Really? Oh.
Man, okay, I was watching MSNBC today and Joy was going in. Joy was going the fuck in. But the only person trying to debate with her was Jen Psaki. And you know Jen Psaki came from the Obama camp. You know, she got a little weight because she worked in the Obama camp. At first I kind of, I thought she was okay, but I think motherfuckers like her and the rest of the Democrats and shit, they got something to do with this shit. They got something to do with this shit. This is some bullshit. This is, you know what I'm saying?
Talking about?
Man, she kept bringing up the fact that she wasn't even really talking down on Joe Biden. She kept bringing up the fact of how good it would look as Kamala as the Democratic nominee. And like I said, they were talking about she would be able to garner more support about the Roe versus Wade overturning and take a couple of arguing points away from the Republicans, because Donald Trump's gonna run Joe Biden ragged about his age and the misspeaking and all this stuff. And they feel like, if they switch to her, all those, the Republicans wouldn't have that to put on her ass. But you know how the game go. They're going to find something else. You know what I'm saying? And changing horses midstream, I just learned in life, that's a negative. That's a negative, and you normally get a negative result when you change horses midstream.
I agree with you. I wish they wouldn't. I wish this wasn't. I wish this didn't happen. I wish the Democrats would rally around him like they did Ronald Reagan, but they're not. So I don't know. This is just we're just in a crazy time right now. We really are. But Joe Biden can't sell his plan. He can't. He can't sell it. He's unable to, and I hate that for him. I do, and I'm not even a Joe Biden fan. I'm not a Democrat, but I hate that he can't even sell it. He can't sell it. Regardless of what we think, you have to have Trump. It doesn't have to sell anything. He doesn't have to have no policies. He can just sit and lie all day. His sycophants will support him. So the other side has to have somebody to be able to sell it and get out there and voice it. Because some people, all they hearing is dog whistles. I was just looking at Hulk Hogan ripped his shirt off at the convention a little while ago with his old, well, let me stop, I'm being the ages. I just heard, I just saw Hulk Hogan. People was like, what is this? What kind of convention is this? He ripped his whole shirt off with his fake spray tan. Talking about I am here and I am endorsing Donald Trump, and they will not do this. That who's they? They keep saying they. Who's they? Hulk Hogan look.
But that's how low that party has steeped. It's turned into a fucking. They ain't serious about politics in this marriage. It turned into in this country no more. It turned into a clown show. But I got this audio. Let me see if it works.
For me to come to West Branch and to participate in this conference, which is being held here at the Hoover facilities.
Mr. Ford, what advice would you give a young lady wanting to become President of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become President of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president, and the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die. And the woman will become president under the law or Constitution. And once that barrier is broken, from then on, men better be careful, because they'll have a hard time ever even getting a nomination in the future. But that's the way it's going to happen, and I think it'll probably come sometime in the next 4 or 8 years.
Boom! And we're here now. He ain't gonna die, but we're here now. That's where we're at.
Well, damn, President Ford.
There you go.
Joe Biden better watch his head. Now let me stop.
No, he ain't gonna die. But basically, they have this stuff already mapped out, and that's how it's gonna happen. And that's where we are now.
Yeah. Yeah, Jar Evans plays that on his show a lot. That clip.
Mhm. And that clip ain't no joke either. It tells you how they have it planned out.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, they do have them planned out, though. I know when my representative was running, and I told her, oh, she should run for mayor, for governor. And she had told me that they already had it picked, who was going to run and everything and who was going to win.
They had it planned out for Obama. They have it planned out. They have that stuff planned out.
That's the reason why I always say that they're not elected, they're selected. You know, we have nothing to do with it.
Not really.
No. They already know who they're putting in. It's just planning. It's just you picking which master do you wish? Which master do you want? But that's not necessarily the master you're going to get.
Well, you white people gonna go crazy. Y'all said Donald Trump don't have to have no policy. All he got to do is show his whiteness. That's why he's able to hold on to whatever and pander to these people like Hulk Hogan and these racists. That's all he has to
But
do.
Tyrone, but he's not going to win this thing. He's not going to win it.
Oh,
I'm convinced of that. He's not going to win this thing. He's not going to win this thing because you have too many Republicans that are against him. Must I bring up the Lincoln Project? The Lincoln Project Republicans.
Yes.
They're saying anybody but him. And his running mate, who he chose, J.D. Vance. A lot of the MAGAs, they're not happy with that. Trump is not going to win this here thing. He's not.
No, and then also look at what they've been trying to get since Obama. They've been trying to get a civil war. They've been trying to get a race war.
Well, that's what Alex Jones was saying. Alex Jones predicted this damn shooting.
Yeah, but with Trump not winning this, it's going to be, you already seen what he told him when he pretended to be shot. You know.
But we ain't going to have no race. We ain't going to have no race. We ain't going to have no race war either.
No, not a race war. It's going to be like a civil war.
That's what they want.
That's what they want. But
yeah, because when Trump got shot, that's what they immediately started talking about retaliation and all this kind of bullshit.
You're gonna have to have two sides to fight it. The Democrats ain't fighting no war.
But when you have the Republicans, when you have the crazy Republicans that are gonna come out and fight for Trump not winning the election, when he's already telling them basically if he doesn't win, he's giving out all the signals. The rally cries, he's already getting
he telling those people that, but those people ain't. Let me tell you, not only do white people have guns, everybody in this damn country have a gun, and they ain't gonna start no bullshit because they don't want no. They know what the fuck gonna happen. Now they can talk all that shit they want to about violence and all that kind of stuff, but these people is not stupid. Once January 6th happened and they seen that they won't protect it, they're not out there doing that stupid shit no more.
I hope not.
Because they're gonna have to fight they're gonna have to fight somebody. Democrats and these liberals and hippies, they're not fighting anybody. You have to have an opponent to fight. They're not fighting them. That's just like, fight who? And who's they? We're not having this type of civil war that they talking. The Democrats is not gonna fight nobody. I'm not a Democrat. But if I was, I'm not fighting anybody. Y'all can go out there and kill off people if you want to. I'm going to stay in the house.
Sarge ready to go out there and fight somebody. Sarge will fight him.
I'm not fighting anybody. I'm not fighting anyone. But guess what? My brother taught me how to shoot, so I'm scared of it, but I got mine. You come to my door with some foolishness. I'm not fighting anybody. Democrats aren't fighting anybody. And a lot of the Republicans, they're not going to fight anybody. Them real crazy ones will. But I just don't believe it. If they want to tear the whole country apart, then let it fall off a cliff then. I hate to say that because we have a lot of young people that deserve to try to live and try to have some type of life.
But the danger is you got those ones and twos out there that will go out there and do some crazy stuff. And
do something crazy.
Yeah. There is a few out there that would do some crazy stuff, but it ain't gonna be no whole blown out battle.
No, it's not gonna be that because you're not gonna have enough people to fight it.
And see, Steve Bannon, I'm glad he in jail, but that's what Steve Bannon was promoting. He was trying to rile those people up to go out there and fight and do stupid shit.
And you will have some. But I just don't think you're going to have enough because you start looking at your house and your cable TV and your I saw a video. It was one of the most awfulest videos I had seen in a long time. It was two white dudes
They my cousin had posted it. They had some kind of road rage in the street. I think it was somewhere down in Florida. They had road rage in the street. And the one white dude, so they pulled off up into like a gas station after the road rage. And the one white dude, you know, he just went running up to the truck, the side of the other pickup truck with his gun, fussing. The guy from the window pulled out his gun and loaded 3 right in that dude's neck.
Mm.
You're not going to have a lot of people that's going to do that. They're not. You go out here and get stupid, you will get late. You will. And you have to ask, are they really ready for that? Like you said, everybody got a gun. Everybody got a weapon. And if you don't, you can get one. It's just too much violence. It said that was the most violent thing I had seen. And 2 good old boys, and they got their road rage. And you lit that, and how he ran up on that man's truck. Tyron, I'll send it to you. How he ran up on that man's truck with his gun. But this is where he messed up. He had the gun down by his side. I don't usually look at things like that because it caught me off guard. But he had his gun down by his side and went up to the dude's window. And the dude just unloaded right in his neck. I was like, Jesus, I'm going to send it to you right now. Don't put it up to play. I'm going to send it to you so you will know what I'm talking about.
People crazy.
But it's just, it's craziness out here. It's complete craziness. I'm going to send it to you. You just look at it. And I don't normally watch stuff like that, but that was just crazy. They willing to kill one another for this kind of stuff, but are enough people willing to do this type of stuff? I just don't think so. I hope not. Anyway,
nah, they're not. I don't think they're gonna do it. Like I said, you're gonna have the crazy ones out there. You're gonna have the extreme racists that's probably gonna try to do something. But when it's all said and done, it's not gonna be no race war. They're just gonna have a lot of angry people, like they have now.
Yeah. We'll have a lot of angry people. We will have some that will try and do some little stuff out here. But Trump has been blowing that whistle, all them trials and stuff that he had that was going on. Did them people show up? They was all waiting for them people to show up. Oh, here it is. Wait a minute, I'm gonna see. Okay, wait a minute. My tablet has the hardest time when it comes to, or is it something I'm doing wrong? Okay, Roderick. A lot of times when it comes to picking up links. Wait a minute. Roderick Green. Let me see if I just do it on Safari. Maybe I can get it that way. This is the worst looking thing I have seen. I didn't even mean to look at it, but. Let me see, save video. Tyrone, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it and because I can't pick up the link. So, wait a minute. I think it's something I'm doing that's wrong. It's crazy. But then you have a lot of crazy people out here. And that's the thing that I fear so much. Let me see. Share. Okay, I'm going to send it to you. Okay, copy link. There we go. I was doing it wrong. I'm sending it to you. Where are you? Here you go. Okay, I'm sending you the link right now. You tell me if this is not one of the craziest things you have seen in a long time. Yeah. Okay, I sent it to you. But you have a lot of fools that will do stuff like that and end up late. Everybody in just about a bunch of people in the United States, they got guns and they do foolishness. And that scared me so bad just looking at that, because you know he done did it, And I don't look at things like that, but it bothered me so bad. But you got a lot of random people who say that happened down in Pensacola. You run up on somebody like that with the foolishness, a lot of people are ready.
Why this thing ain't letting me look at it?
They're not letting you play it.
No. I think I seen this video though.
And they had, because when I people would research, they had some type of road rage that had went on. And they ended up in the parking lot. What I'm gonna do is,
It says
I don't know why
this video is covered because people choose whether they. Oh, here it go. I just got. Oh, I see it now.
You see? Okay.
Oh shoot! Yeah, he won't do that no more.
No, he won't do that no more. That thing tore my nervous system. Looking at that. But we got a lot of crazy
he
people.
ran up. He ran up with his gun. He ran up with his gun.
And dude
hit the man's
empty
truck
in his neck.
And that
he
man just unloaded
neck.
in his esophagus. Jesus Christ.
I was like, oh my God. And I was like, where you get? I asked my cousin. I was like, where you get that from? And he said he's seen it somewhere. I said, Facebook let you post that? He was like, yeah, because I don't watch stuff like that. I thought they was gonna have a regular fight. And then when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, because I don't look at things like that.
No, you can't run up on nobody with no gun like that. And see, that's what's gonna happen to them Trump people.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
If they think that they're gonna run up on somebody with their guns, everybody, people got guns.
People got guns. And from what they were saying in the main comment section, that happened down in Pensacola, it was a road rage. They ended up there, and you just gonna run up on somebody like that? I mean, with your gun down to the side. I mean, right in the throat. And let me stop talking about it because that bothered me.
Yeah, that was just kind of shocking there.
Wasn't it shocking?
Yeah.
It bothered me. And I got upset with my cousin. I'm like, because I don't look at things like that. And he was like, well, see, because he lived in South Carolina. And he was like, see, because he said, see, there's road rage. And he's like, these dumb maggots going to be out here with this kind of stuff. And I was like, stop talking about it. Just stop talking about it. That's shocking.
I don't believe they still got that on Facebook. I thought they took stuff like that down.
I thought so too. That's why I felt okay because it didn't have that cover over it.
Well, mine's got a cover on it. That's why I had a problem opening it.
But when I saw it, it didn't have a cover on it. So that's why I said, well, they probably gonna fight or something like that. And then when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I thought Facebook didn't allow things like that. And he was like, well, see, that's what these maggots out here. I said, just stop talking about that before you get suspended off of here saying things like that. So I was like, oh my gosh, that was shocking. And I don't like shocking things. I don't watch things like that. I don't look at stuff like that.
Yep, they better not be. They can get hyped up at their RNC convention all they want to, but they better not do nothing stupid,
So you see that? And people around here sharing that was like, okay, get stupid if you want to. That was shocking. What happened to everybody?
They still on here. I guess they just start talking. I don't know. Seems like we're going backwards in this country. These people just want to turn the hands of time backwards.
They're trying to set the women back into the handmaid's tale. They're trying to get rid of all the rights, no diversity, no nothing. And when I see black people going along with that, y'all know y'all don't have no place in that. What are you talking about that you support Trump? There's no place in that for you. Well, all I know is he made sure that we got stimulus checks. And see, it's too late in the game now to explain
that's
how you got the stimulus check. It's too late in the game to really explain that to you. Oh, but remember, like the ADOS and the down ballot voting. You know when all that was going on.
Yeah.
And I told you I was down with it when Trump was running against Hillary. Only for one reason, I voted down ballot because I knew my state was going to be blue. So I had room to do that. And I was listening to Yvette Cornell did a video upload. You could probably find it on YouTube. She was breaking down some of the points of Project 2025. And one of the callers called in and said they don't see how that can still be a strategy. With you breaking down Project 2025. How can vote down ballot be a strategy in this election? Is that what? And she said no. We're not advocating for that this election. We're not advocating for vote down ballot. So I was glad to hear that.
Well, maybe she got some common sense because that stuff that she was talking about before was just stupid, and she probably knew it was stupid.
So we don't have no room for that. She said we're not advocating for voting down ballot, not this election. We're not advocating for that. So I was like, oh, okay, good. I was glad to hear her say that. I get the strategy. I do. And she explained what the strategy is. But she had to make sure she said we're not advocating for voting down the vote down ballot, not this election. We're not advocating for that. So I said, well, okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I get the strategy because I understood the strategy. But then I jumped off that train when it was Trump and Biden.
Yeah.
So I don't listen to a lot, but I was like, I wonder what they're talking about now with so much at stake. And she came out and said it. We're not advocating for voting down ballot, not this election. I was like, good.
Well, yeah, they got a lot of people following them and they got a lot of influence, and hopefully, they help keep Trump out of office.
Yeah, so I was glad to hear that she said they're not advocating for that. So that's good because we don't have room to play right now. We don't have room to play around with this right now. Too much craziness. There's too much at stake. So I thought I would put that out there because I had listened to her video earlier today to hear her breakdown of Project 2025 because I want to hear different opinions and different takes on it. To see what different people are saying. So I said, well, I need to hear what she's talking about as it relates to Project 2025. And a caller called in and asked just the question I wanted to hear. How is that a strategy right now? And when she said that we're not advocating for that, not this election. But the reason we did, and she explained before, she said, but we're not advocating for that, this election. So it gave me some hope.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot riding on. There's a lot at stake here, and I thought the Democrats had a shoe in with Donald Trump with all his issues, but I mean that man got so many issues, and the Democrats still suffering, struggling to beat this man. That makes no sense to me.
And they shouldn't be. And like I was saying earlier, and the fact that as far as the Biden campaign, now they pushing all this Project 2025, Project 20. Y'all didn't. This is the first you're talking about it after the horrible debate. Now you're jumping on that bandwagon. They should have had that blasted loud and clear. They should have been on that. Now you're getting on it. And see, that's the problem that I have with the Democrats. They weak and they slow. And y'all still trying to campaign and operate like this might be 1992.
Yep.
And it's not. The Republicans have changed the whole strategy, the whole
way we get elected in this country. They done changed it.
They done changed that, so you all have to get on board. Okay, now you're talking about Project 2025 after a lot of people had to start ringing the bell. So now y'all getting on board. This is not 1992. This is not 2002. Are you all nuts? You got to get down in here. You got to play dirty. You have got to voice this stuff and start letting these people run roughshod over you guys with lies.
They probably thought beating Donald Trump was gonna be easy. That's probably what they thought.
I'm sure that's what they thought. That's why they shouldn't have went with Biden in the beginning, and we wouldn't be here right now. That's just my opinion. But if he decides he's not going to turn it over, then they all need to come. I don't know. Y'all all need to come and rally around and try to act like you being cohesive for something, because you all have made a mess out of things since the debate. They really have.
Mm-hmm.
They made a mess. They made a mess out of things. They really have. They shouldn't have been acting like little scared Nancy's and stuff out here. The debate was awful. We see what Biden is. We see what we have to work with. Y'all act like you run around with your panties in a bunch. They just ain't handle things good. They didn't handle this at all because they weak.
No, and that was it should have been an easy debate for Joe Biden because they kept Trump mic shut. Before, Trump would just talk over and say crazy stuff, but
they
this
shouldn't
time,
have called for. But they shouldn't have called for this debate.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have called
they
for
didn't want to
it.
ask. They didn't want to ask for it. Yep.
They didn't want to ask for it. They shouldn't have asked for no debate. They should have kept him hid and have Kamala out there with her mouth and all these other Newsom and some of all the other people, have them out there with their mouth selling this thing, talking about Project 2020, Project 2025. That's what they should have been doing. But they want y'all gonna ask for a debate, and you don't see the predicament that your commander-in-chief is in? And we have to be honest about that. It is about optics. We have to be honest about that. He cannot sell his plan. He cannot sell his policies.
One of the things that he need to do the most is speak, and he can't do that well nowadays. He whispers
and he
talk
can't do
low.
that well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's supposed to be able to hit them hard as far as with women's reproduction. It's so much that you can hit. Donald Trump don't even know what's going on. He's standing up there lying the whole time, and he got cognitive issues as well.
Yeah,
but that's why you need.
I can't believe that they let him call Joe Biden let him call him the worst president in history, and just that's when Trump was the one that they actually did a damn poll with historians and stuff, and he's the worst president in history.
But he couldn't verbalize anything back.
Yep.
Y'all ain't see the predicament that this man is in, and you all are calling for a debate. Do like how they did Ronald Reagan. Keep him hid. One man don't stop no show. Just because Joe can't get the job done, they got a whole team. Something break out, they got a whole war room. They got a whole administration. That's how they did Ronald Reagan. Keep him. They should have kept Joe Biden hid.
Yeah. And people don't look at that is that Joe Biden, I mean, the country's doing good, but Joe Biden got a team of people that's qualified to run this country, and that's who's running the damn country. And he should be bragging about stuff like that.
Exactly. And they messed up because they figured that because Kamala, she's not strong, she might hurt the ticket. Well, she's in better condition than he is.
Mm-hmm.
They should have had her out there. Kamala was up on something about a couple of months ago. Or she was on there cussing and stuff like that. I was like, you better get it, Kamala. I mean, she dropped the F-bomb and all kind of stuff. You should have had her out there running her mouth. Look at the predicament Joe Biden is in. They messed up, Tyrone. For anybody to say it's not about optics and it's not about being able to sell. If you come up, you have a plan. You have that. You've got to be able to sell it. You've got to be able to verbalize it, and he can't.
Yeah,
so
you got to talk to the people.
And you got to keep him hid, and the people who can talk to that's what the Republicans did with Ronald Reagan. Keep him hid, and y'all will call for a debate? Are you kidding me? Joe isn't a good debater anyway, even when he was in his prime, because he makes scabs and he has a stutter.
You calling for a debate? Have y'all not looked at him? Cameron, I mean, Rick, come on now. Have y'all not looked at him? He can't debate nobody. And Trump just sit there and just laugh. And there was nobody talking about what was that thing about the abortion, afterbirth, all kind of just foolishness and stuff. And you can't even hit back on. He can't verbalize it. He can't hit back on nothing.
That's a lie. That's a lie the Republicans been telling forever about people killing babies after birth and all that kind of stuff. And he
after birth abortions.
Yeah, he
should. And he stand up there saying some ridiculous stuff like that, and Joe can't even hit back. He can't even verbalize it. Kamala could. There's no such thing. That's murder, you dimwit, you know. But he can't even hit back. And Trump just up there just lying with his mouth in a twist looking orange. And he's just sitting up there lying. And Biden is there confused. What did they call for that debate for? That was the most ludicrous thing. Keep him hid. Like how the Republicans did. Keep him hid. And send your circus out and let them run off at the mouth. Let Obama take his ass out there and y'all run off at the mouth and bring this thing home.
Yeah, he ain't bragging about none of this economy, none of this inflation going down. He ain't bragging about none of that stuff.
None of it. Because he can't. And Trump just sitting up there saying ridiculous things. And they talking about Trump looks strong. And that's what's so crazy. The man is standing up there lying, but he looks strong. And I saw this dumb black girl said, yeah, but Trump looks strong. And when Trump did this and that, so you want somebody who's strong and know what's going on. And I said, don't you know that Trump is a dingbat and that he does not know what's going on?
Yeah,
well, all I know is
one rally that he had, has he spoken anything about policy? Nothing.
He don't know.
All this time, he never speaks about policy. They're not even talking about policy at their RNC right now.
They ain't talking about nothing. They ain't talking about anything. And you need, the opposition has to be able to verbalize and get that stuff out. Biden can't.
I guess they want to see Hulk Hogan with his shirt off. I guess that'll do it for him.
Yeah, that did it for him. He ripped his shirt off. I was like, what kind of craziness is this? And then you got Biden over there. And then Biden is in the White House right now had whatever going on with the COVID. That's not a good look. It's not a good look. Your circus can only do but so much. You the one got to sell it, and he can't. And I don't think enough people are just really taking that under consideration. You got to be able to sell it. You got to be able to sell it to the people. And how did Barack Obama win that thing so flawlessly? He was able to talk it, able to sell this dream, be able to talk about how we're gonna have shine. Daddy had songs and stuff for Barack Obama. He's sitting up. Barack was getting it with his skinny neck. You gotta have somebody be able to sell it. And Joe,
I'll sit still when Barack Obama come on right now. I'll sit there and listen to him.
And hear what he got to say.
Yep.
You have to have that when you're dealing with hostile people. You got to say something that they're able to hear you, because the rhetoric from the other side is getting through. And Joe Biden is sitting up there, well, my golf game is better. I mean, come on.
I don't even know
hate
how that
this.
even got into the debate. That's crazy.
I hate this, because all of this ageism is going on right now. And the goal is to be able to make it to his age and not have these different issues going on. And you don't have anybody out here calling any of this thing out. Trump don't know what he's talking about. He's going through it too.
Yeah.
And so he just sit up there and just mumble off a bunch of lies. And people talking about he looks strong. He looks strong. He's strong.
Yep, talking about Hannibal Lecter and sharks.
I mean, he's strong. He know what's going on. No, he doesn't know what's going on. And these people about to run away with this thing because the other side candidate cannot verbalize. And that's not Biden's fault. But he can't verbalize. He can't sell. Well, he can't sell it. He can't.
All right,
he just can't.
Who's this unknown caller?
East Coast. How you doing, Tyrone?
What's up, East Coast? Let me I'm gonna open these lines up right quick.
Q&A session is over. All participants are unmuted.
All right, what's up, East Coast?
Just checking in. Been listening to your show.
Yeah, yeah. You see Trump trying to get his gang his street cred on.
He's still talking.
I don't want to say the
You know,
wrong thing, But,
Alicia was talking about Hogan. I saw Dr. Ritchie did a presentation on him. He fired this black ambassador, for some products I guess he was pushing. When he found out she was black, she was hired. And then when he found out that she was black, she was uninvited.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I seen that.
Yeah.
He's an awful person.
But in all that we talk about, we always remember that population issue. The projection of the changing of America, in numbers. And I just believe, the Republicans have always been good at strategy. You see what they did when they reversed Roe, and then and you can just look at all the stuff and how they built. They even put legislation in and laws passed where you don't know where the money's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go through and you look at the courts, the Supreme Court, they come up through the Federalist Society, Roberts, and then you look at the people that fund the Federalist Society, Leonard Leo, he's getting money that you don't know. They said he's a very influential man. He's been doing this for years. And then you had the Koch brothers that went into all the state legislature, the state houses, and won them all out, and then started changing redistricting lines. So this has been ongoing for a long time. And now the Democrats, they're fighting a more of a tactical just within themselves. Now they've been given a gift horse with the project, the mandate for leadership, Project 2025. Reagan used it. They've told us this stuff. And that's what they're going to do. And you can see a J.D. Vance, age 39, 40. He already, he talks even as crazy as Trump on some of these issues, more crazy as far as those religious issues. He doesn't believe in divorce. But then you look at his background. I think about ABC, what he says, two-parent household. He didn't come from a two-parent household.
Right.
His mama was a drug addict, and he was raised by his parents, and he lived down there in Kentucky and southern Ohio, where they fall out all the time on the opioids. That's how he wrote that book. He just went to the war, Tyrone, back in 2003, joined the Marines after 9/11, got out, went to school, and hooked up with the right people, and became a venture capitalist. So he was given $10 million and was living out there in San Francisco to come back to Ohio and run, and Trump backed him. So, Trump being, you have to look at it like this. We talk about Biden, but, Trump is 78 years old. And this guy, he's only been a senator for 22 months, and he has all these ideas. Like, he doesn't believe in it, And you see he's a flip-flopper. And so the blueprint is already handed to him. So the goal is, if you don't even have the home team working with you, you got to work on your own. So this go around, you got to bring out people who don't normally participate, and you're going to have to present a picture to them of that blueprint for all the things that it's doing. I listen to C-SPAN, and there's a lot of whites, some older whites. They're starting to see, those that know they have something to lose. So one was talking about the VA child disability. They want to change some of the disabilities that it's for the veterans.
But yeah, them folks, all them white folks sitting out there in their audience don't know that these people are not no good for them, and they're gonna be more detrimental to them if they put them in power.
And then you have to wonder why. It still comes back to the colored game. Even if I go, my side was on top.
Well, they're
Even if I
crazy.
don't get
If you look at the mindset of ABC and Sarge, you can see, and I ain't saying nothing bad about it. I guess I am, but they ain't ABC and Sarge is all right by me, but there's something mentally wrong with those men, and that's the entire Trump base. Their whole mindset is like that. They crazy. They something wrong with them.
Well, them, you just see them, and they cannibalize each other. You're looking at it in the Democratic Party now.
Well, yeah, and see, and the thing that shocked me about the Democrats, East Coast, is that they was fed all of this divisive shit from the right, and they're just repeating everything that they've been told from the right, so the Democrats can go against each other.
You have to know who you're dealing with. So you can go and play that game, but you have to know, that they don't got your back. They get the vote every 4 years. Promise, your stuff priorities get pushed to the bottom, or you don't have enough votes. And just like Alicia said, they had the one that died, Harry Reid. They could have changed where they didn't have to have 60 votes when they were on top. He wouldn't change it. and everything went downhill, because then you can't get your stuff through. The House, you got the House, and then you got the Senate to authorize. So they appropriate the House, we get the money, then you authorize it. But he wouldn't change the rules. Talking about we just couldn't do that. It's like a gentleman handshake. and so now they're scrambling. But the only thing you got to look at, all right, what am I going to be living under with this program? If even parts of it, we know all of it's not going to be instituted. I even seen something under Ben Carson, so they were talking about it, and he changed something about the housing, like when you give people vouchers and they can move into other communities. And remember, there was an uproar. They were talking about building within communities that were already there, and Obama had it in, and Trump took it out, and then they addressed it in the actual that mandate for leadership. And then for us, I look at the stuff for the black folks. So when you try to sue for discrimination, we all know it's very difficult because it's not really overt, but you've been discriminated against. So they have targeted what the lawyer. This was a lawyer. I played it one night in after hours. So disparate impact. That's what you call it. So he said they put in Project 2020, 2025 to get rid of that disparate impact, where you can use that to prove that it's affecting. You still have that pattern. It's not one person. So he said they're going to remove it, and then Stephen Miller and them, they have a heavy hand in stuff. So being 900 pages, and people are peeling it back pretty good. But some people that just don't care.
Well, they should have jumped on it whenever they started attacking diversity, equity, and inclusion. Because I mean, who the fuck wouldn't want to be diverse? Who wouldn't want equality? And who wouldn't want to be included? But these people turned it into a talking point, and basically the N-word. So that's all they've been arguing against is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And now it's just like that's their thing. And
when you say that, I heard a caller talk about that. His brother. You're starting to get people who are pretty smart when they call in the morning. And he said, you got DEI in the Republican Party. And then he started naming Byron Donalds. He said, that's DEI.
Oh, it is. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying that they're hurling it toward the Democrats to encompass minorities, black people, Hispanics, and that's why, and women. Because the first thing they said when Trump got shot is that because the head was a woman, it was a DEI hire. That's the first thing that came out of their fucking mouth.
You should have seen how bad those people were. They were on her like attack dogs. I said, these are senators. I don't know why she went up in the convention. So they cornered her, Marsha Blackburn and them, and they had the cameras on, and they started asking her, being real nasty to her, asking her questions like, I thought y'all do this kind of stuff at the Senate, but they were asking her questions, Barrasso, and then as she left, they were following her and like hurtling. It sounded like being very insulting, and she had to get her little crew as he got through the door and kind of block them off. That's how heavy they were on her. But
they don't like Marsha Blackburn.
No, Marsha Blackburn. She used to be a rep out of Tennessee.
Yeah, but I'm saying they don't like her.
No. What Marsha? She was part of the crew that jumped on the director, and she filmed it.
Oh,
she was
okay.
One of the, and then put it on her X feed. That's what she did. She posted it, turned to her X feed. How we show you how we'll treat you. You almost got our president killed. So you can imagine when she has to go testify next week or the week after.
Now, see, that's crazy. Now, listen, that's crazy that all of a sudden the FBI is fucked up and they jacked up and all that kind of. But whenever the FBI was involved with January the 6th, they were trying to say, don't bother the FBI, don't have them testify and all this kind of shit. They were trying to protect them people. But now the FBI is screwed up.
But, the FBI, the heads have been mostly Republicans. Even the one that's there now, Ray, he's a Republican.
Yep.
Comey was a Republican. Mueller was a Republican.
I said FBI. I meant to say Secret Service.
Oh, Secret Service.
Yeah. They're attacking the Secret Service now, but they won't saying shit to the Secret Service about around January 6th.
Yeah, but they've been in trouble before with Obama. They were advanced team and they were messing around with prostitutes in the hotel. They've had a black eye a couple times. The stuff that they do.
Yeah.
So,
but I was saying earlier, I think that they was something. There's more to this shooting than what's being said, because I'm telling you that boy looks a little slow, and almost every shooter, like Dylan Roof, the guy from California, the guy in Buffalo, New York, all them shooters, they had manifests, they had their stuff together. I ain't saying that they was intelligent, but this guy is off a little bit. There's something wrong with him, and I think that he was convinced to do something to make Trump look good. That's just my opinion.
I agree. Tyrone, real quick. The motherfucker got shot in the ear.
No, he didn't get shot in the ear. There was a piece of glass hit him in the ear.
Okay. Because usually would there be like a head wrap? You know what I'm saying? To make sure the wound is compressed, the blood, because that little notepad you got up there, it don't seem like no blood even through. Is that shit healed already?
That's what we were saying. We ain't seen no medical reports or nothing.
No report. Yeah.
And then if he would have got shot, if he would have got hit even scraped with that bullet from that AR-15, it would be worse than that. It really would.
Yeah, but also what I used to always check for, and East Coast already checked it out, was where does his father work at? But East Coast said his father was retired, because a lot of times you'll see where they'll use their children and they'll go out and do the shooting, and the father get someplace that they're either doing experiments or something like that at, and they'll use their children to do it.
I think somebody put a battery in that boy back with his retarded self. I'm sorry, and told him to go up there and shoot the president.
Yeah,
he looks.
That was right.
Somebody echoing.
No, that was me.
He was a registered Republican. He was MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't blame it on the Democrats.
They trying to, because they say he gave $15 to a liberal leaning ass organization or some shit.
But he was wearing one of those T-shirts that type stuff. They say he was a Republican registered. I said he's in politics at age 20.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
They said that he was also scoping out Obama too. Not Obama. I'm sorry, Biden.
And those people are so
watching both of them.
Those people are so programmed that when Joe Biden tried to call the family of that man that got killed, his wife
they wouldn't even answer the phone.
They didn't speak to the president. What the fuck?
Oh.
Hey, you want to know something though? Trump did. That was funny. Trump picked up the phone. I didn't know he was gonna pick the phone up either.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they got them people wired, man. They got them people wired up. You hear this stupid ass Sarge calling her screaming. He had 100 miles an hour every time he pick up the damn phone.
You'll see.
That shit is unhealthy.
You talking about you'll see, Tyrone?
You'll see.
Yeah, that's one of Sarge's favorite lines.
Oh,
this is gonna happen. That's gonna happen. You'll see.
He got that.
But look, Sarge has been doing that since Obama was running.
But they got them. He got his whole base wired up. It's just like
they wired up.
Man, did you see them clowns at the convention?
With a napkin on the ear?
Just all of them people.
Oh.
All of those delegates, all of those, man, look, them folks are gone. And from my understanding, it was one of the smallest conventions or some shit. It wasn't that big. It wasn't that many people there.
Everybody talking about Hulk Hogan and Amber Rose, but Mike Pence won't there. Ain't that important?
He sure wasn't. He sure wasn't.
Won't no Republican, no former Republican president there. I mean, something is wrong with this picture here, y'all.
I was listening to Urban radio on XM, and Clay Kane, he has a show, and I was riding in my car, and he was talking about the reason they put J.D. Vance on the ticket with him is that they don't care, because he's not going to get you any votes. He says what they're gearing for is after the election to go into the courts. And then Trump will do just like he said before. He was leading in the polls. How did they get, more votes? Remember that?
Oh, you talking about for him to overturn the elections and shit?
The election, yeah. He said that he says they're all out this time. So
yeah, they trying to get it to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Because J.D. Vance called Trump Hitler at one time in the past.
Hey, J.D. Vance is Sarge's protege. He got knee pads on them. He got knee pads on.
Yeah.
He's swallowing and everything.
If he's in charge, what you think about his experience to be president?
He has none. Yeah, he has. Listen, he hustled just like Donald Trump hustled. He made they called it a journal. They didn't even call it a book. They said he wrote like a memoir and made some money. And he got involved in the tech shit. And that's the reason why they like him out there in Silicon Valley, because they already know him.
Yeah, that's Democrats. That's on the West. Them white boys down in Kentucky, I don't know if they're gonna play that Indian white though.
Yeah. You know what?
Already talking shit about her on X. They was already talking shit about her on X.
That might be why he trying to pass. He talking about passing a law where there's no such thing as a no fault divorce anymore. So you just stay in the relationship. If your husband's abusive, you can't get out of it.
Who the fuck gonna do that?
Hey, once his platform get out, listen, brothers and sisters. I'm telling y'all the real shit. Ain't nobody, you could put a rolled up piece of paper, that you whoop your dog's ass with up there in a suit, and everybody's gonna vote for him. They ain't voting for Donald Trump because JD Vance is the personality that Donald Trump can't be because nobody's gonna elect that. So he's gonna use JD Vance. He's the one that however whatever he thinks, that's exactly what Trump thinks. He's just saying it with JD Vance.
So he'll be the mouthpiece. The mouthpiece.
Some old mafia like shit. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm just an old man. I'm paying attention to my tomatoes in my garden. You know, and while everybody underneath him is blowing up half the city. Well, JD Vance is talking about like what is that? No abortion, no way, no how, never.
Yeah.
Might as well put it like that. And like I said, no fault divorce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you know what's coming next. If they going that far, you ain't got that. If that ain't an indication, you ain't got no right. But y'all said I was crazy. Keep saying mama's boy is crazy. Cause slavery, right after they take the shit back from the woman, what you think is next?
Oh, they ain't gonna cross that line, mama's boy.
Yes,
They know they ready for a civil war, bruh. They ready.
Cross that line.
They ready, and and you know what? You know we gonna strap up, and they that's exactly what they want.
Big OC got that gat out there. You ain't finna come to his door with no shackles.
They crazy. And white folks crazy, man.
For.
And Kentucky is just right across the water from Ohio, from where he's from.
But real talk, they don't have to put you in chains. It's the laws
They
and the
don't.
policies that oppress you. And whenever they write these laws like you're referring to, I mean, it's going to affect one group of people more than they do another. You seen that when COVID came out, you know, they started giving the shots to the white people first, and black people were dying. So that's they don't have to do that. They don't have to be in shackles no more.
No, I'm just making. I'm using it as a strong. I'm making a strong statement to prove a point.
Yeah.
Have you heard them talk about the deficit?
They knocked the women back
in their convention.
Yep, that's a good point there. What they doing to women?
Knock the women back. Get rid of that feminism. Because feminism is a threat to racism, white supremacy. So you knock that out, and
they going in reverse. They going in reverse. You see what I'm saying?
And these damn innocent incels on the internet fell right for it. I
hate
feminism. I hate feminism. That's all the hell they did for years, yelling, screaming against feminism.
They railed against that so bad. Feminism is a threat to racism, white supremacy. And then you have these little knuckleheads, the feminists. You need to be one too.
Yep.
You need to be one too.
And they thought they had some talking points against feminists. You're a feminist. No, you a feminist.
It's amazing, Tyrone, but you can always tell they coming because the first thing they start doing when they knew and they come in the room is they want to start labeling people.
That's all they do. That's all they do because they don't want no unity. They don't want no American civilization to be unified. They can't have that.
Can't stop that.
They don't believe in integrated neighborhoods. Integrated food.
Man, his Indian old lady is in trouble.
Yeah, I kind of feel that's why I'll get ready to say I feel sorry for JD Vance's wife. You know, she gonna have to put up with some shit. Cause she her DNA just speaks for itself whenever you see her. She's an
she gonna get Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
She's gonna get Meghan Markle. She's gonna get the American version of Meghan Markle. Right.
Yeah, that's we gonna have to start saying Meghan Markle called hers because she gonna be the one to make the new definition the way they gonna do her.
Yeah,
Nah. She already ready. She know what's coming. Remember, they friends with the Ramaswamy.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Vivek
Robert wife and already, I'm sure the wife then called her and told her, "Hey, girl, these white folks gonna eat your ass up." So
yeah, they pump Vivek up. They let him go on Fox News. They let him debate. They let him do all
Man,
these
he
things.
called
Talk
hell.
about
He called hell after that, though,
talk
Tyrone.
about he said that America ain't racist. All this shit. He was just going off arguing with Don Lemon, and then whenever it came for him to damn pull ahead, they were like, nope, you Indian. You don't count.
Nikki Haley too. Nikki Haley too.
Yep.
Hey, they didn't even invite her at first. They didn't invite her until Trump took a bullet.
Yep.
Invited, uninvited, and then re-invited, huh?
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just the KKK. The KKK has evolved, and now it's a whole political party, and that's what we're looking at right now. Is the evolution of the KKK? They taking power, they getting leadership position. That's what it is. That's all this is.
Well, Tyrone, I mean, it's to be expected. At least that's what I think. Once, like I said, once you get to a negative, birth rate, once people start whittling down, you're gonna be left with what's left. And the Republican Party has been staving off the KKK for years. Okay, they the ones they the ones closest to the hard right, the Nazi type of right winger. You know what I'm saying? Because they in their party. You know what I'm saying?
That's who Donald Trump is talking about letting out of jail for January the 6th. Those are
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
racists up there.
Tea Party Patriots.
Yep.
And he plays their national anthem
But
at his damn rally.
They pull the wool over Americans' eyes by changing their names every so often. Like now
And putting on a suit,
They call themselves MAGA. They call them alt-right. They call them, it's still the KKK. That's all it
Well,
is.
Tyrone, don't forget Ultra MAGA.
All that. Yeah.
There's some extra shit in there. You ain't just regular MAGA, you Ultra MAGA.
Ultra MAGA. And then you got black folks trying to go over in there and bump shoulders.
Yeah, them
that's the crazy part.
You see that one brother took a bump?
Who that?
That brother that caught COVID and died.
Oh, Herman Cain.
Oh,
Herman Cain. They assassinated that damn
I like Herman Cain, man. Herman Cain was an old school Republican, man. He was a self-hater, but he wasn't like these people.
Tyrone,
I'm not saying that he would. I'm not saying that he wouldn't have transformed because I'm pretty sure he would have.
He basically was a crash dummy. He took a bullet for him. Because when he went to put that mask on, they gave him that look, and he pulled that mask off.
He was a smart man, though, financially, because he was on the Federal Reserve Board
with the 999 plan.
Yeah. But you know what? He got 999.
Yeah.
He gone now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that's what you gonna get fucking with them. I'm gonna just tell you, if you think about it, Tyrone, anybody come within the vicinity of Donald Trump, they either end up dead or in jail.
Yeah, that's all he had up there was convicts up there. What's that dude named?
Peter Navarro got out of jail and came straight up there to the convention.
Manafort was at the convention.
Damn.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And then Steve Bannon locked the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
I told you.
Oh, I was listening to Tony Perkins, focused on the family. He was on C-SPAN. He comes on yearly. And a couple callers got to him, and they asked him, how could you support Trump? And then they named off a few things, on the moral side. And it kind of stumped him. And the only thing that he could say is that he aligns with our values, what we're trying to accomplish. That's why they like him.
So that supersedes criminality. You know, that supersede, fraud, swindling,
Rape.
rape, you know.
He pushes
This the dude obviously gonna come into your house as a guest and you gonna end up out of your house. He gonna have your lady, your kids, and whatever else you left.
Yeah, but see, when it's bottom line, man, we question that what you just said, but the bottom line is it's just white people trying to stay in power. All they see in Donald Trump is his white skin. That's it.
Yep.
There's nothing else Donald Trump offering this country or his base
This
besides
is
his whiteness.
offering. I agree. And then they got what's his name? What's the little stupid guy over there making up fake girlfriends like he's still in high school? What's his
Oh, you
name?
talking about Tim Scott?
Yeah, Tim Scott. And that's what they did. And he got grown black men out here, and he making up fake white girlfriends. I mean, and they got you out here looking
with
stupid.
children. With children.
With children.
Hey man, hold on. The trick with Tim Scott is
Y'all done got OC
he
stuff.
did an interview on a show, and somebody told that motherfucker Happy Father's Day.
I don't know how they get them black people that is so educated and I'm gonna say intelligent to just flip on themselves like that. That's
it's got to be something more to it, you know. Simple thing as an oath could fuck a nigga up.
But y'all remember Alan West? Remember Alan West? What happened to him?
Alan West, that was Sarge's man, right?
He was that colonel in the army, and they forced him to retire because I guess
didn't he got caught up in some crimes or something, didn't he?
No, over there they forced him to retire. He was retirement eligible when he was over in Iraq, and I guess they had some prisoners, and I guess he put the pistol to one of them head, get him to talk. He didn't kill anybody, but because he did that, he was reported. And
what was his name again?
Alan West.
Alan
out
West.
of Florida. I think it's Alan West.
The name sounds hella familiar.
Yeah, old squarehead ass nigga.
Oh, Alan West. Yeah, where the hell is he at? He was on Fox News all the time talking about black shit. Yeah, I remember Alan West. What the hell?
Oh yeah, I forgot all about where. You don't know where he's a 63
like
though.
Brian Donald. He was that kind of guy. They were all real happy about him. So he was like the superstar. There wasn't that many of them, and then he represented a district. And then what they did to him, they redistricted. So his party didn't even take care of him.
They did. Yeah, they dumped his ass. All that shucking and jiving he did.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyrone, it's almost like these educated Ivy League, Negroes it's like they haven't figured out the most basic of if the white man can convince you to turn against your own, they don't trust you.
No, and they don't like you.
They as a matter of fact, they got more respect for the hard-headed Negro that he don't like him than they do with you. Because they can sucker you into doing anything. And then once they done using you, they gonna let you know how much they really hate you.
Yeah.
Alan West and 999 can attest to what I'm saying.
But we got a real bad one now below Tyrone. That one in North Carolina running for governor.
Oh yeah, he talking about killing people.
He's a preacher.
Got that man. Man, they got that man.
He's a preacher.
Yeah.
He really showing himself with these white folks, man. It's crazy how things
doing
change,
it up.
but things stay the same because these people are the same one that's shucking and jiving for massa.
Yeah, and was it Tim Scott when he was like, well, because Donald Trump asked him, they was on some stage. He said, he wasn't supporting Nikki Haley and this, that. And he came up from around the back and said, that's because I love you. And I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
That was just so Sambo.
Hey, Tyrone, we ain't No different though. We got our own little cadre around here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Tyrone, I have to answer your question. It might be my technical stuff. So sometimes I get cut out. So can you see if somebody actually goes in during the week? You know, are there fingerprints or anything like that? Jay said the same thing. We were talking one night, and I don't know. It could be a free conference call. Sometimes my equipment mess up, but you know, I'm thinking I'm on the line, and then I'm not, and then I'll test it. You know,
Well, the
I'll
only
call,
one got the password is me and ABC and Gary.
Right. So,
but there ain't no way I can
you
check to see if they came on at
if
whatever
somebody's
time.
on. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can't look like on a Thursday somebody was on the board like that. You don't have that capability.
No.
Okay. All right.
Nah, man, this ain't no high speed stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, we get cut out a lot, you know, and we were talking about it, and we were wondering, you know. And ABC said he cut out Jay one time, but I was doing the show, and ABC came on early. He just cut through my show. I said, wow, you know, I was gonna get off at 9,
Mm-hmm.
so I said he's on for, you know, we give him his time and participate when we want to. So I said, let me do something, you know, maybe from 8 to 9, you know, his time. So I was doing my little DJ, and we call in and people play songs, and he just cut right into me. I said, darn, I thought his time started at 9 o'clock, so he shouldn't be messing with the board until his time comes up.
Well, he shouldn't be doing that if he's coming on at 9. ABC, you don't need to be damn fucking with people, man. You ain't got nothing important to say, no way.
Mama's boy. Yeah, Mama's boy. Yeah. But anyway, that's all I had to say about that. About
Yeah,
the board.
I stumbled into his show this last Saturday. I gave him a little texture. He finally had a little texture on his show. I wasn't there for long, but Ottman was trying to hold on to me, Tyrone. He was confronting me so I could keep talking, you know, and I was like, dude, you hear I'm trying to leave. I went on there by accident, you know. I forgot it was Saturday. And I heard Joshua going in on him, so I kept listening, you know. And I said, you know what? I was gonna leave, but let me clock in and at least give Joshua his flowers right now. You know what I'm saying? And instead of just talking about him over on our show, hoping he might, you know, I'll just tell him to his face. You hang in there. You keep doing what you're doing. Because, you know, they need that. They need that.
I always say conflict is good. It keeps you sharp.
Oh yeah. And you're gonna need that part of your brain. So keep using it.
Well, the way I see them guys ain't gonna change, man. These guys have changed. They have grown into their mindset, and they believe what they believe, and you know they hate themselves.
They won't talk to during the after hours. We always invite them, and I guess Mr. Solution, he just stopped calling. I guess he got mad at somebody. I don't know.
He got mad at me. I went in on his ass, and then I think Howard went in on his ass a couple of days after that. Man, he got mad. He ain't coming back. He fuck these niggas. Well, he always listen. It's interesting that we're talking about what we're talking about. This house nigga syndrome, right? Because they are always telling us we're savages, we're this, ghetto, violent, always in jail, and all of these tropes apply more to the house niggas than us, because he's always wigging out and cussing people out and calling them savages when it was a normal conversation. He's always the first one. Him, Sarge, ABC, his voice get all high. Y'all remember that? He start imitating people. That's how you know you irritating him when he starts making those funny noises. His So I just wanted to point that out. Us ghetto niggas be all calm and cool, and then them be the niggas that go wigging out like that white boy shooting at Trump. I wish I could get my hands on you. I think I done heard that a million times. You too, Tyrone. They want to hurt you too, man.
It don't bother me. That's why I don't even engage. The only time if I do engage, it's just for entertainment only.
Exactly. Sometimes Negroes come on the line looking for you, Tyrone.
I don't give a shit.
It'd be funny, man. It'd be funny. Hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, I see you here. Yeah, where Tyrone? I don't know.
I done grown past this stuff.
They be so funny, man. They be so funny.
They'll be all right. That's why I don't mind Sarge yelling and screaming, because it's funny.
No, not at all.
And Miss Solution funny to me too. It is what it is.
Hey, he welcome to come back. I just, sometimes I get in one of those moods, Tyrone, where I just don't feel like hearing that shit.
Joshua can't talk to Tyrone too long before he get mad.
Say what now?
Joshua, he can't talk to you too long.
I don't know what that is, but it'll be all right. I ain't got no problem with that brother, man. He good.
I know it. But the brothers like to argue. Sisters like to argue over here. Sometimes they just take it a little too far, and then we try to bring them in check. Those like Anthony. One time he got out there too far. We had to drag him back. So.
I just don't like to hear when they start blaming women for every damn thing. That just sounds weak to me.
They still just. Where's ABC? He's probably in the chat room. He hates some Joy Reid. On Saturdays we hear always about Joy Reid. She must be the whipping girl.
Well, they talk about Joy Reid probably because Fox News talking about Joy Reid. ABC don't think on his own. He can't. Every idea that comes out that man head, he hear it off the TV first.
Yeah, but I know ABC. He doesn't care for Joy Reid. I don't know which ones he like. So, what do you predict, Tyrone, with the Democrats?
They need to get their stuff together, man, because they're not on message. They don't have anything to run against Trump on. I mean, they've got the whole bucket of stuff to run against him on. They're just not doing it. They're not putting it out there to where the country is absorbing it and finding out how Trump is really a terrible person. All of us on this line know how bad that man is, but they need to put that out there to the country. There need to be commercials. There need to be commercials, advertisement.
Right.
They need to be sending out mailers. Donald Trump mailed me every damn day. I don't see shit from the Democrats.
Because you found True Social, so you think you one of them.
Yeah.
He thinks you one of them.
But my point is, the Democrats ain't doing what they're supposed to do to win this election, man. They thought it was a shoe-in. They thought it was a shoe-in because Donald Trump got all these problems, but you can see Donald Trump is backed by the religious right. He's backed by the NRA. He's backed by the Heritage Foundation. He's backed by all of these fucking people. And they're out there talking for Donald Trump.
But the Democrats aren't putting their attack dogs out. They're not. I don't know what they are campaigning and they're acting like this might be 1992.
Yeah, this is.
No, I'm gonna tell y'all was right the first time. They not doing it. They not campaigning because they have turned their sights inward. You don't have time to campaign when you trying to fuck around with the shit at the top.
And that's what my point right there. As long as they're talking about how old Joe Biden is, they're not going to be putting the message out there. or switching
And
them
then you
out,
say,
or whatever they're talking about, switching them out and all that kind of stuff. That's taking away time.
Yeah,
so
it takes
Tyrone,
time to take a poll. It takes hella time. You got to go out and ask questions. It takes time. Them
and
motherfuckers spending all their time doing that. They need to be spending their time campaigning.
And they're not. They're not I don't think anybody's campaigning. And they just started talking about Project 2025, the Biden administration. I mean,
well,
after the debate went bad.
I can tell you about Wisconsin. They got a ground. They said, I guess what Jamie has done, and they got that money. They've created field offices, and the Republicans even noted what the Democrats are doing in Wisconsin, and what they're doing, I think, in Florida. So this hasn't. I haven't in all the years I've been following. I haven't heard of them really doing this kind of thing in white, and I guess they got other groups too. So if you have all this stuff lined up, this machinery, why is it you having problems with the person at the top?
Because, well, I think because Donald Trump controls the media, and you can look at that how you want to, but whatever news cycle that the medias are reporting on, Donald Trump is controlling that shit.
So you're bamboozled, and they just keep you. So their base is going to move. But then you have a lot of people in the middle. They'll say, I'm not a Democrat and I'm not a Republican, but I vote mostly with the Republicans, even though I'm an independent. But at times I'll vote for the Democrats if it's the right person. So,
well, and I was thinking of something today, and I had something I wanted to throw at y'all that we don't even talk about anymore. But I mean, don't y'all forget about Russia. They just better at it now. And they could be influencing some of these motherfuckers. They don't even know that they being influenced because that happened to a lot of motherfuckers last time.
Yep.
Well,
they are influencing. China is too.
Yeah,
exactly.
But money from. So you could have money washed in ways that the Supreme Court made it that you don't know who your contributors. Remember how they were saying with Trump, where is he getting his money from?
Yep.
And you always hear about that, and that's because of the Supreme Court. So you're correct. You could have outside actors influencing, to include the Israelis.
They're influencing all throughout with AIPAC. I mean, so they out in the open with it. With AIPAC.
Hey, that one dude got elected with his help. They spent like $14 million or something.
To knock
to
the
get
other
that brother
guy
out in New York.
They showed it.
So you have outside influence to include, like you said, the media. And they said, like Tyrone was saying, the chief of the media. And for them, it's all about money. And then you have that ideology. Of course, you're going to lean to doing activity. And they have editorial boards. They dictate what they're going to talk about, or write about in the newspapers. And they said they had the Sinclair group. They're very conservative, so they own all the local media outlets. And then they caught them doing a Karl Rove thing, giving the message, and they found out all the stations were repeating the same message. So you're against all that. Yeah, you're up against all of that.
You're up against a lot of that, and a lot of people are unaware that mainstream media is compromised. And even the alternative media, they're compromised as well. So, and then the Democrats, they can't verbalize. They're not getting the message out.
Civics, Alicia. If you have no foundation on how things are run, you can fall prey very easily.
Yeah, a lot of people have fallen prey to this. I see so many people repeating certain things, and it's like, no, that's not how that works. Well, no, we're kind of too late in the game to explain a lot of this to you. Like he was, I see a lot of people saying that Biden is he keeps turning over money to Ukraine. Well, no, that's not how that works. The House and all of them, they put it all together, and he just signs off on it. It's not him just doing this. You all do not understand how these things work. And it's kind of
And
too late in the game to give civic
and,
lessons.
and then that money, let's pick
Way
on
too
Ukraine.
late.
So they give Ukraine $30 million, but part of that $30 million is spent right in the United States on replenishing stocks or what have you. So that's where that defense. Remember, they always talk about the defense industry. This is an example of that money coming back to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Man,
they
the to me the bigger issue is you let Ukraine fight the war so it don't come over here. Because if they get through Ukraine, we gonna have to put some skin in the game.
J.D. Vance said he don't care about him. He already gave his position.
Hey, you already know the fix is in with that dude. You know.
So then it becomes, is America looked down as the enemy? So you got Trump saying he's gonna get rid of NATO, and then your friends become kind of like, we don't like Americans. We don't want you over. they don't think about that stuff, Alicia.
They don't. A lot of people. And then Trump
Mm-hmm.
got the nerve to be using as one of his talking points. Look how Biden pulled out of Afghanistan. And there is nobody. It's like there's nobody there to explain how that happened. That was his plan.
Yeah.
Biden just simply honored it. That's all. He honored it.
That's why I started to get mad when I say Trump met with fucking terrorists, because it happened at Camp Davis. He met with the fucking Taliban, and they made that agreement.
It was his agreement, and because Trump was representing the United States of America when Biden became president, he honored the agreement that the last president made. But
it was a plan from the beginning.
There's nobody arguing this, so Trump could just say whatever he want to say.
It's a plan from the beginning, so he could use it in this damn election.
See, and that shows you how their propaganda machine worked, because now they're gonna keep saying Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, and that's the same thing that happened with that Mueller report, because there was all kinds of shit found with Trump's association with Russia in that Mueller report, but everybody keeps saying it was a Russia hoax. No, it won't no fucking hoax, because they had a meeting in Trump Tower. They had fucking Russian people like Paul Manafort on their damn team, and it won't no hoax. But everybody's saying it was a hoax now.
Ain't no hoax.
When he pulled the cord, the Attorney General, there were 10 counts of obstruction of justice that were never addressed, and the media didn't even go over. I remember that when they shut Mueller down. No one talked about that. 10 counts of Trump committing obstruction to justice. Yep.
Because the media is compromised right now. This just reminds me, again, I'll repeat this because I said this earlier. This reminds me of a European country, one particular European country that had control of the media, so they were able to push whatever propaganda that they want in the early 1930s up to 1945. It's like it's on wash, rinse, repeat. The media is compromised. You can't go by what the media is saying. You just can't. So
yep,
I don't know. That's where we are.
And they're the same ones that got Trump in there the first time. I don't know how else to tell them. And then when they get in there, they want to talk shit. That's what Morning Joe pisses me off, because he's the one who was talking shit about Hillary Clinton and promoting Donald Trump. And then when Donald Trump got in there, that's all you hear them doing, talking junk about Donald Trump. Like they didn't get that motherfucker in there.
Because it's views, it's money. They make money. As a matter of fact, Trump, his campaign, everything, that makes money for the media more so than Biden. It really does. And now that Morning Joe and his wife Mika is on Donald Trump's revenge list, now they're looking at it different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you're right, because I seen somebody do a report about the day after the shooting. Morning Joe was supposed to come on, but the head of NBC told them not to come on because they were going to have a full day. Yeah, they didn't want him on there talking about Donald Trump, and they was mad. So the next day that they came on, they was on the air complaining about not being able to come on to cover the shooting.
Hey, they said the next time that they pull some shit like that, they quitting.
They gone. So, but who's at the top of who's at the top of MSNBC? Trump supporters.
Yep.
Trump, they donate to Trump. The whole thing is compromised. It's sad to see that the media is compromised like this, but they are.
That's why I told you that Jen Psaki. See, Joy Reid was smoking their ass, and it's like that other little white boy that's at the convention that questioned Don Jr. You didn't see that motherfucker no more that day after he questioned Don Jr. because that shit was beautiful. It was worth it. He looked at Don Jr. and he said, how do you feel about your dad? Father getting the nomination again. He's like, he started going into Russia, and all this old stuff. And and that reporter said, listen, I followed your father's, border, policy. I reported on that. And, he separated over 5,000 families, during that time. Are you guys going to separate families in your new administration? And he put the mic in. And the motherfucker got pissed and said, get out of here. There you go. You don't even wait 48 hours. Get out of here. Get out of here. You didn't want to talk to him. And you didn't see him no more that evening at the convention. They pulled his ass.
They pulled him. And Joy Reid and all of them who's still trying to fight the fight. It depends on how this thing goes. Their days is number 2. That's where we at.
Yep, they got rid of Ali Velshi. And I like Ali Velshi.
They sure did. I forgot about that.
Yep.
That had to happen just recently.
No, you still see him, but he's not on MSNBC. He's still
They
talking.
got rid of Mehdi Hassan too.
Mehdi Hassan.
Is that who I'm trying to say? Mehdi Hassan.
Yeah,
that's the one. Not Ali Velshi, but Mehdi Hassan.
Oh, okay. Because I'm finna say they fucking they money up. They get rid of Velshi.
They got rid of Don Lemon.
Yeah, they don't care. But didn't he come back though?
No, he on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I thought he did a show over there, one little show over there or something. Thought I read about that they made up.
He did an interview or something.
He did an interview, but he's gone. He ain't going. They're not bringing him back.
Yeah.
So that's what we are. But I'm gonna call it a night because I gotta get up and log in the morning.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you.
Let's see where we at next Thursday. My prediction is, I think by the time we all come back next Thursday, Biden will probably have made the announcement. That's just my prediction.
Well, we'll see. I don't think he's going nowhere.
I do now. I didn't up until today. I do now because you got Nancy now with her old skinny ass and all of the rest of them, and Schumer and all of them.
Did Nancy Pelosi say something different though?
Nah, she didn't. She's not gonna say anything different. But Adam Schiff went in.
He did. He went in. So he's her mouthpiece. And so they have their little people, their mouthpiece. And we haven't heard anything out of Barack, not really. And I don't think you will from him.
No, you ain't gonna hear shit. He gonna let them put that shit up.
He's gonna let them just do it however they're gonna do it. So I think by the time we come back next Thursday, we'll know. I don't know, this is a mess. But I think when we come back next Thursday, we'll know. Because the Republican convention, that thing was just a farce. I mean, the foolishness they had going on. So I don't know. We'll see. That's just next Thursday. Let me change that. When I come back, I think we'll see where we at then. But everything is a mess. And good night, and I'll talk to you guys next
Good
week.
night, sis.
All right, take it easy.
All right.
All right, guys, I'm getting ready to get off here too. YouTube, if y'all want to listen, y'all call into the show and y'all can hear it live.
Yeah. It's over, Tyrone.